What's good, Fin Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason, and we are back here for another one. And I'm joined by the homies Rhino and as well as the homie Martin. How you boys doing tonight?
Very good, thank you.
Pretty good, man. Hands up, hands up.
How are you doing, Reason?
Already.
Already starting, huh?
I'm just saying.
Omar had his sword and shield out on Twitter today trying to fight off Dolphin fans, bro. It was ridiculous, bro. It got bad. I know you're not on Twitter, Martin, but people were tweeting about how Omar Kelly it got to the point where people were tweeting about Omar Kelly fighting people off, bro.
Wow.
Like it got bad, bro.
Wow.
Larry got in on him, bro. Larry got in on him.
Yeah, even Larry chirped in, and he's barely ever on Twitter, bro. And
awesome.
and Larry got blessed with the quote tweet and the reply from Omar, and then some jabroni was talking smack to Larry, so Larry dropped the link to his show and said, "Come on up here and explain it to me." And then the guy didn't want none of that, bro. It's bad when even Larry's like, "Yo, screw this, I'm getting involved too."
Larry's dragging people, bro.
You know what I mean?
Larry was like, let's go.
Yeah,
let's go.
Let's go, bro. I came for the Larry woke up, threw his beater on, threw his glasses on, and said, "Let's give me the smoke today."
If I can't golf, someone's paying for it, man.
Yeah, bro. If I can't golf, I'm using my golf clubs over the head of someone. That's what Larry said today. But yeah, boys. Tua Tagovailoa, a 6 touchdown, no interception, no turnover day, and the crickets are chirping, and the articles aren't coming out, and the Twitter fingers have slowed down.
The only thing
people
you
on
hear
different
is...
platforms are backpedaling. You can hear the slow steps of them backpedaling off of them.
Yeah.
Oh man,
bro. I mean, Tua balled out today. Balled out. And what's crazy is me and Nick Hicks were I've been texting yesterday amidst all these people talking trash, and we were talking again this morning, and he said, "You watch, Tua's gonna ball out today. I'm telling you, he's gonna light it up." And obviously,
surprised it was a day, bro. A day later,
Tua goes, "Yeah, I know, eh? Better late than never."
Yeah.
And then Tua goes off and says, "Watch me do my thing, bro." And what's crazy is, and we'll get into a portion of Brian Flores's we'll get into a portion of his media availability here soon. But even Brian Flores reiterated a lot of the stuff that Tua said yesterday in terms of they were just trying to be aggressive and try things out. Reiterating that this is the time where you want to be aggressive. And, you could tell even Brian Flores was trying to calm down the masses that were, grinding their pitchforks and lighting their torches and ready to take to every platform and come for this kid. And I mean, I sat in on the Brian Flores media availability today. I had my 6-month-old baby in one arm and my phone in the other trying to tweet stuff out. And then I sat in on the player interviewers later today. Nothing really crazy came out of the player interviews. I thought, Dave Hyde, if you're listening, I don't know what your infatuation is, whether these guys are vaccinated or if they care if other players are vaccinated. But, bro, you got the spotlight. Ask better questions. Jesus, God, help me. Bro, some of these questions, I swear to God. So, really, nothing really too interesting came from the player interviews, but a couple interesting tidbits came from the Brian Flores interview. So we'll look at the Brian Flores interview. I got some highlights we'll show everyone. I got some highlights, some plays from today. We'll look over the Sun Sentinel as well as the Miami Herald, and we'll go over their observations. Hopefully Josh Tolentino, because it was only Josh Tolentino and Safedine that were allowed in the bubble when they moved inside. So hopefully Josh Tolentino on his way to Philadelphia, because now he's actually leaving the Dolphins beat for the Athletic. He's going to be covering the Eagles. Hopefully he posts something tonight while we're up. But so all right. Before we get into this, I just want to get your guys' thoughts on how quiet it is, when this kid goes and puts on a show.
Go ahead, Marvin. I mean, it's honestly, it's what's expected. This entire offseason has been get to out of here, pretty much, right? As far as the mainstream media.
Bro, did you see what they're talking about Rich Eisen today again?
Yeah.
Oh, nah, I didn't see that.
Buddy, him and Jeff Darlington were talking about Watson all over again, bro.
Yeah.
To Miami?
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, and that was probably referencing the five pick day from day one. But
and Jeff Darlington, I don't like to speculate, but because nothing's really cleared up. We don't even know if Deshaun Watson's going to play football this year. But if things clear up by, July, August, you got to think they're going to entertain it. I'm like, you guys are still talking about this, man?
It's a bad habit that we've actually gone into, and this stem even from Josh Rosen having that one and done in Arizona. And, a year later, you got Kyler Murray with the first overall pick, and Josh Rosen's coming to Miami with the second round pick swap. So, again, people are constantly kind of bashing Tua. And when something like this happens, as far as day two being relatively flawless, if I'm not mistaken, as far as his day two performance on the field, the people that had things to say from day one, you have to kind of expect them to say nothing. Or to kind of shuffle or backtrack or say, well, he's supposed to do that. Like, people are going to try to deflect the narrative, but essentially, now it's just time for Tua to just keep his head down and keep working and keep getting better every single day. I'm not too worried about these guys that are talking now, because it's all talk. Tua is going to be the one to really silence majority of the critics, not all of them, but the majority of them. And then from there, the guys that need to, have Tua's back is going to have Tua's back at the end of the day, like Brian Flores. So,
like, are we turning into? Is this the only consistent pro Tua platform in existence?
Potentially.
I don't even know if it's potentially. I think it straight up is right now, bro.
Besides you and Larry, no, that's it. I mean,
potentially. I think it is, man. You're holding the torch, bro.
I'm about to light these motherfuckers on fire with it too.
Yeah, but it's not even being pro. He's a rookie last year. It's his second year. It's like, come on, Ray, 9 games. Why do you have to be put in a position to be labeled as pro when you're just being realistic? We're not sitting here in the third year going, boy, I really wish Tua would step up and make better reads and not. I mean, it's crazy. The media, to me, what I don't understand is if you're gonna. They knew what they were doing yesterday when talking about all the interceptions, okay? Because they left out the rain until the very end because everyone was confused. And the rain came in and it was like, okay, it was the rain. So today comes in, there's no rain. He throws 6 touchdowns. They barely mentioned the other 4 besides the one to Waddle. You have to be consistent. If you're going to take any pride in your craft and your profession, I would hope that's what you're going to try and do. And I don't know why the entire lot of them just seem to be confused as to what their job is. It's to give us what happens. Give us reports of what actually happens. I don't want to be told pro or negative. Give me what happens and shut up.
Give me the facts. Yeah,
that's it.
I'm just saying I've been pro Tua since before we drafted him. So
of course.
You know what I mean? So
but they're trying to put you as a stand. They're trying to
that's fine, because if they go watch Mile 22 breakdowns, I pointed out stuff that he should have done and passes he should have made. So when the footage comes out, when the tape comes out, I still give y'all right down the middle. I don't go on one side or the other.
100%.
So you know what I mean? Like, yes, I just go off what the tape tells me. I don't really. Other than that, my personal feelings of the guy is I love the kid, but like if his tape was Josh Rosen-esque, I wouldn't, I'd be telling you guys, we're up that creek with no paddle right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, there are people in your life that you love, but you know their shortcomings. Okay. I mean, it's the same way. It's the same way. You're honest with yourself. You may love them, but you know that maybe they're not the best person in certain situations, and that's life. People act like if you have anything positive to say about someone, if you like someone, that you can't be critical. Of course you can. You prove it all last year, you and Ball Game, all flipping year. So I don't know. The hell with them.
Yeah.
True. Amen. Amen, Rhino.
Tell him, Rhino. Because, I mean, this, if you break it down, this was the first and only for a long extended period of time channel. I tip my hat to myself where I was breaking down to a footage and giving you guys exactly what was going on. So, I mean, no one else was doing it. I know DDW, kind of went outside of his boundary because he doesn't do that. And then all of a sudden he did that all 22 video on him, but no one was doing that stuff before I came along. Right. So, I mean, that's just a fact. So
we got the receipts.
Yes, sir. So, and that's not a knock at anyone. That's just what it is. So, all right, let's get into this. Rhino, let's cue up that Brian Flores interview. We'll go over some of this here because you got the ad blocker on, so these people don't have to see about Lysol wipes and cleaning their eavesdrops.
Absolutely. Just let me know.
You know what it is. All right. Okay, so you know what? We'll go over we'll go over I'm just seeing where I will go up to. Okay. All right. Let's you can start it up.
We did it. Good morning, Brian. We get to talk to Alan Hearns and Albert Wilson today. Did it look to you like there's been any rust at all with them or anything that would suggest that they sat out last season, or did they pick up where they left off in 2019, basically?
Well, first I want to say sorry guys for being a little late. But as far as Alan and Albert, I think they're both in good shape. I think they both look good. I think they're both there's always a little rust, from any player after having some time off. But I think they've looked, really good. I think they're both in good shape. I think they're both running well, moving well, picking up the offensive concepts well. So yeah, I'm pleased with both guys.
Albert's making this team 110%.
I think so.
Thing about receivers in general, the fact you've kept so many, at least at this point, instead of maybe paring down the roster of what you have there, you could very well have 8 to 10 NFL quality receivers. What's the thinking of you and Chris to keep that many, as opposed to maybe cutting one or two of them to clear out cap space?
I think we like the depth in the room and the competition in the room,
and to keep him pack his bags and just get out of there.
We always talk about and we'll see how it all plays out. We always talk about creating a competitive environment for each position room, and I think that's the case in the receiver room, and we'll see how it shakes out.
Stop after his answer. No.
Through training camp and preseason games, and the best 5, 6, 7 guys will be on the team.
Boom.
It's interesting. I said 5, 6, 7, right?
7. Do you notice that? How he said 7, and I been predicting 7 the whole time that they're carrying that many. I'm telling you, like, they're keeping as many of these guys as they can.
It's on their minds, at least.
I don't know if you saw it today. We'll show one of our clips, but boys, Kirk Merritt's been kind of balling out these 2 days. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but Merritt's like actually showing up and doing things, bro. So, and I'm just saying he's catching passes from all 3 of the guys too. So they're clearly moving them from the 1s to the 2s to the 3s to see what they got. And he's making plays. I'm just saying the best 5, 6, 7 guys will be on the team. Is what he said. They're rolling with 7. I'm telling you right now, they're rolling with 7.
And reason, do you mind me making a comment about Kirk Merritt real quick? I can recall when Victor Cruz was coming out of college, and he went at UMass, and he went to the New York Giants. His rookie preseason was spectacular, right? Like they saw something in him. but they couldn't quite get him on the field in the regular season, like for the first year and a half of his career. But they held on to his contract. Is Kirk Merritt going to be like a kind of Victor Cruz for us, where we just held on to him because we saw something in him, and now it might come into fruition once we actually get him on the field, game time action, and get him out there making plays for us? Like, is that the type of player we have?
Yo, I think so, bro, because the guy's built like David Boston, but he's as agile as any receiver you can name, and his athleticism is through the roof. I personally think they're like, listen, if we can refine his route running and get him acclimated to what we ask of our receivers in this offense, I think they were basically saying to themselves, the athletic profile is too salivating to let go. Like, think of it. You look at the size of this guy, Martin. Bro, we haven't seen him in game action. I want to see the ball in his hands in open space to see, A, what he can do, and B, when defenders move in, I got a feeling they're going to bounce off this guy, bro.
He's that physical.
Yeah, man. And he's built like a brick shit house, too. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Like, you know, I really think this guy's going to be hard to bring down. I really do, man.
We got to see it.
Because yesterday, I don't know if you know, yesterday, it was either Reed Sanders or Jacoby Brissett threw him a pass, like a 20-yard pass. He caught the ball, broke a tackle, and took it to the house.
Heard that. I heard about that one.
I think
machine.
Yeah, man. And, you know, talking with privately with Nick Hicks, Nick told me, you know, he's not a 4-3 guy, but he's definitely a 4-4 guy. And at the size he's at, David Boston wasn't running no 4-4, bro.
True. He was just bodying people.
You know, and coming out of Arkansas State, he was actually clocked at 4.37, I believe it was.
And this guy can jump. He can leap.
What, he's 49.5-inch vertical, bro?
Yeah, something Boston couldn't do. He's physical.
Bro, put that in the red zone and say, go up and get it, man. He's a big target who can get up there.
That's ridiculous.
That's like a tight end, bro.
Even if he lost a little bit of that vertical, even if it's 45, like,
oh, bro,
that's still jumping out the gym, bro. Like,
and you know he ain't losing. And you know he ain't losing 4 inches. At most, he probably losing what, 2 inches?
So he's still at like 47.
That's ridiculous, bro.
It's crazy,
bro. Imagine, you look at this guy. Imagine a 5'10", 5'11" little dinky cornerback going up against that guy, bro.
Mismatch. Yeah.
Oh, bro. Be. Here's the thing. You send him over the middle? Bro, like, this guy's built to take on linebackers, man. Just drop your shoulder, young boy, and roll through them. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, defensive linemen are the only ones built to take this guy down, bro. Like, that's what's crazy, man. That's what, like, the guy has the vert of a legit basketball player. Like, I'm about to enter him in the 2022 NBA dunk contest and see what he can give me, man.
got my money on Merritt.
Bro, this guy's, never mind the rim, this guy's head's going to be hitting the top of the backboard, bro. I'm just saying, bro. The guy, you know, he's like literally, bro, and you look, he's like built thicker than like a Dwight Howard was in his prime, man.
And I remember when Dwight Howard got them boosted shoulders too, so.
Yeah, man. You know, you know what I'm talking about with the
man. Orlando. Orlando Dwight.
Yeah, the good Dwight, not the LA half-assed Dwight, bro.
Yeah, nah, not that one.
So I know I've been hyping this kid up since last year, but I'm telling you, man, the thing was, people seem to forget short-term memory bias, right?
Yep.
What was that before he got hurt in training camp last year? Don't y'all remember him and Tua were lighting it up?
Yeah.
Bro, I know I've said this before. He burned Byron Jones pretty badly a few times. And again, who didn't last training camp? But, you know, if you remember, Byron had a pretty rough training camp, right?
He did. He did.
But he was making Byron look silly from everything we were being told.
That's why they had to keep him. They had to keep him.
Oh, you had to, man. Because you know what he was? Well-kept secret.
The best kept secret.
And the problem is, what I'm worried about, though, is I don't know how long they're going to keep that for.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
I think Flores has to treat this almost like how Pete Carroll treated his wide receiver group. When they had that kind of Super Bowl run, Jermaine Kearse, undrafted free agent, Doug Baldwin, undrafted free agent,
Baldwin was a baller.
Ricardo Lockett, undrafted free. Like he just played the best guys, regardless of their selection. I know money is money, but you want to win, and if guys that aren't as highly paid are giving you the best opportunity to do so, just stick with it. Don't confuse anything.
You know what I think too, boys?
Mm-hmm.
Those preseason games are going to be huge for that guy.
Gigantic.
If he can ball out with Sinnott and Brissett, it's going to be almost undeniable.
And reason, if he does, they can't hide him anymore.
Exactly. That's the other. I was going to say that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. You're going to have to protect them.
Lids off. Yeah.
So I'm just saying. All right, let's keep it rolling there, brother.
The best 5, 6, 7 guys will be on the team.
Love it. 7, baby.
Josh?
Hey, Brian, good morning. And a somewhat relatable question to Barry with Albert and Alan. My question specifically about, scouting a guy that you guys drafted, Javon Holland, who also opted out last season, but you guys, showed confidence to pick him pretty high. For guys that did opt out, like those 3 mentioned, do you look at, individual training during that period? Is it more so like, I guess with Javon, what he had put on tape previously, like how much thought process in the scouting with Javon went into, his individual training during that period of last year?
As far as their individual training, we really don't know what, each one of those guys, they're not with us. Obviously, Javon wasn't with us, and neither were Albert and Allen. So we don't know what they've, done specifically. I think when you see him in person and watch him work with us, we know that they've been doing something that has kept all 3 guys in good shape, and the ability to move the way they need to move to have success in this league. I think with Javon specifically, he's learning new defense and terminology, learning getting to know his teammates. So that is that's part of his kind of learning curve. Not necessarily the case for Albert and Allen, older guys who know a lot of guys on the team already. But I think we can assume. I don't know exactly what they did from a training standpoint. I think we can assume they all were working hard, and doing a good job from that standpoint. I know you mentioned as far as how we evaluated Javon without seeing him. I mean, we went off his 19 tape, and a lot of things we liked. And
I got the 18 tape if you need it, Brian.
Adam?
Hey, Flo, I wanted to ask you about the decision to stay outside when the elements got kind of rough yesterday. What was the thinking? Was there any thought of going inside, and what did you accomplish by it?
You're a hack, Beasley.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, we could end up playing in that type of weather, Adam. It's really as simple as that. I think, and I think we need to be prepared to play in that type of weather. I mean, we live in South Florida. It rains pretty much every day, and we could potentially play in that type of weather, that type of setting. So I think it's good work for us. People may not want to stand out in the rain, but I think we need to. I think how your body mechanics need to change. You got to keep your feet underneath you. You got to be able to keep yourself under control so you can cut and make tackles and make people miss. I think oftentimes when you get into rain type of situations, that's the first thing that happens, is you just lose your footing, and a tackle that would have been made means a guy who's on the ground, or a big play you don't get because the receiver or running back's on the ground. I think you need to practice in those elements. So anytime it rains and we have an opportunity to stay out there, and there's no lightning and we're not forced to go in, I think it's a good opportunity for guys to practice in those elements, so that if they do show up in a game, we can still have success and, not turn back and say, oh man, I wish we practiced in the rain one more time so guys would know what it feels like to make a cut or, make a cut and get vertical or make a break and on a pass or get your plant foot down on a field goal. I mean, we're not always going to have, perfect weather conditions.
A quick follow-up, if I may. Were you pleased with how they responded to the developments yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you get into any type of situation, you have an experience, I would say, it helps you. So, we were on the ground a little bit, but, offensively, defensively, in the kicking game, but they now know what it feels like to play in the rain and they can make some adjustments. And I think the flip side of that is if you're not practicing in the rain, how do you make those adjustments? You know what I mean? Making them in the game, and we may hopefully we've prevented or maybe gotten one more play because we practiced in those elements versus not practicing in them and not having understood or felt what it's like to slip, fall, and know what those adjustments need to be. I mean, I hope I answered your question.
To me, it feels like he's telling everyone we have an advantage, and I want to take advantage of that situation if it happens down here. That's how I took what he said.
Being a little light when he says it's just rain, though.
Yeah, it was
It's
wet.
just water. It's just water.
God, Allah, whatever you want to name the deity, literally took a piss on South Florida yesterday, bro.
He did something.
Like
he was holding it in too long. He was like, oh.
Yeah, bro. God was out drinking the night before, bro. Busted the seal.
Yeah, man, it was a mess yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh man. Had his hand planted on New York while he was taking a piss on Florida.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Keep going.
Yeah. Because now we're getting into Tua.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Armando?
Here's how Armando words this.
I'm sure if it was October or November and your starting quarterback threw 5 interceptions, you'd be losing your mind. So
I want to slap the shit out of this guy.
you'd be losing your mind. So in June in a mini camp, Tua throws 5 interceptions. You think what?
It's practice.
What the hell? Like I'm going to tell you, bro.
I think practice is a time where, not just at the quarterback position, but at every position, you test the waters and see what works, what doesn't work, so that you can make it. Go back, learn from it, make adjustments, and try to improve. I think that's the same for us as coaches. I mean, there's been many times where I say, hey, I want to see what this blitz looks like, or I want to see what this coverage looks like, or let's see pass route looks like, or what this punt fake looks like against a certain defense, and then come back and say, we probably shouldn't do it that way. We should do it this way.
That's how you stick up a Tua, Flores.
Yeah.
Your DB, hey man, let me see if I can jump this route and make this play, and let's see if I can do it in practice. Versus a game where obviously, if you jump it, you don't make it. It's not what you're looking for. Can I make if you never attempt a 6-yard field goal in practice, how do you know you can make it in a game? I guess it's the same thing at every position. I want to punt it inside the 5-yard line. So if I never practice it or never, try to attempt to do it, then what makes me think I can get it done in a game? So, I think it's the same at the quarterback position. We're going to see if we can fit some throws in. And then there might be a minor adjustment that we need to make the play. And, how do you know that if you don't, make the attempt? But at the end of the day, look, you never want turnovers at anywhere. So, we need to limit those. We always need to limit those. But at the same time, there's what this is, the first day of practice is not when we're looking for the finished product. So
it's ridiculous, man. He has to say that.
Bro.
Does Armando really have like a slappable face? Like, have you?
Oh,
I
yeah.
never seen him before.
You want to squeeze his cheeks?
Oh no, man!
It's like
Poor guy.
he wants to go all Allen Iverson practice, but he can't. He's a coach.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
know.
but I mean, he wants
I
to.
know.
You can see he wants to.
He literally said, "What? This is the first day of practice. We're not looking for the finished product."
Look at his smirk. Look at that.
Yeah, he's like, "You're an idiot for asking that question." Anyways, keep it rolling because he finishes off the sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Practice is not when we're looking for the finished product. So,
You know?
that's mistakes are going to happen. We're going to correct them and continue to just improve and get better.
All right, so he's going to talk about Solomon Kinley right now. And then after that, it's going to go back. We're going to talk about they're going to go back and have a question on aggressiveness and go on Tua Tagovailoa. And then we'll wrap this up. So, all right, you can play the Solomon Kinley question or you can skip it. It's up to you. Because they talk about his conditioning.
What do you want to do, Martin?
We can skip it. We can skip it.
Give me a second then.
Putting pads on and practicing in pads, and really everyone is working to get in condition. And we'll continue to do that. As far as where he is from,
this is it. He's finishing the question.
It's hard
to where he makes strides, his techniques, his fundamentals, his condition.
Sometimes the way he answers confuses me.
No, you got it. This is it. It's at the end right now.
Minicamp and springboard for training camp.
There you go.
Travis?
Now, Travis has a good one.
Hey, Coach. My question was similar to the one Armando asked with regards to how you kind of
better
calibrate aggressiveness this time of training camp. I'm wondering, when do you kind of pull that back and start to focus on, we have to be more detailed and more sharp in those areas, not be so aggressive and play more like a game day week?
Well,
excellent question.
Well, then, like we always want to be detailed, and we always want to have make the right play, but there is a little bit of I think you got to practice. I mean, I think that goes with. I don't think that's day one of practice, where it's hey, everything's got to be, ball's got to be perfect. This has got to be, I think there's some leeway, I would say, as far as I think we try to tell all the players, hey, practice is a place where you work your fundamentals and techniques. And if there's something, a specific route technique you want to use to try to get open, let's see if it works in practice. If there's a specific, technique as a DB that you want to work a quick jam, or you want to work press, or you want to work off, or you want to work, you want to blitz from depth, or you want to get up in the line of scrimmage and, blitz them that way. I mean, there's a few different ways you can kind of approach any play. And I think you use practice as a way to figure out what's the best thing for you individually. And we'll, as coaches, say, hey, this is what I think, you should try. And, and the players have input on that as well. And I think, that's when you do it. When do you, say, hey, I think you need to try it first before we as a staff can say, hey, look, you probably shouldn't do that. You should do this. Or, and I think you just learn from those experiences. That's, whether it's football, whether it's anything, I'm sure it's journalism, whether it's, any sport. I think
talking to you, Armando.
That's the case with really all our players. I know we're talking specific to one position, but we got guys trying different things really at all positions.
Cam?
Hey, good morning, Flo. I guess just the last follow up on that Tua thing. Again, he mentioned just the aggressiveness. You mentioned the aggressiveness. I think a lot of people who watched last season would know that's something that maybe he and you guys wanted him to improve on. So what do you say to him maybe after that practice so that he doesn't necessarily go back into a shell as far as aggressiveness?
I don't think Tua's going into a shell. I mean, I think look, I tell him to continue being aggressive. I mean, really, the conversations are a lot of what we've already talked about here. It's use this time to practice the things that practice pushing the ball downfield. Then we'll make the adjustments, we'll make the corrections, and we'll go at it again the next day. I think that's
interesting. That's interesting.
Let finish it up because there's not much left, and then we'll
normal progression of how this goes. My conversations with him are, hey, we'll look at it, we'll make the corrections, and we'll get better and come out here and do it tomorrow.
There you go. All right, you can stop it. You can end it. So what do you think about what was said there? Especially in the last little piece there. What was interesting to you, Martin?
The interesting part is when asked about Tua, not going into his shell and Tua continuing to push the ball down the field, Brian Flores had almost an instantaneous reaction like, nah, this is not that Tua. Like, this Tua is different. This Tua is going to be taking some shots this year. Mm-hmm. And not so much because we have a Waddle or even Fuller. It is basically whoever is on a deep route, whether it be Gesicki, Myles Gaskin up the seam, he might take that shot if that defense shows any signs of giving it to him, taking what the defense gives to him. And for Flores to continue to emphasize Tua, take this time to take your shots, meaning get comfortable at being aggressive because we have these weapons. We must use them. We got our toys. Let's play with them. So now I'm thinking to myself, Tua is about to get real comfortable about pushing the ball downfield a lot until the defense says, okay, no more. And that's when we're going to see that taking what the defense gives you, intermediate underneath, and just moving the chains to it. But early on, bro, it sounds like this dude's about to be, cutting throats, trying to get them off the sticks, 21-0, like something like that. So that was an interesting comment by Flores altogether.
Yeah, I mean, and even what's crazy is I know a lot of people take what the coach says to heart more than players, but basically in a lot of ways he's just reiterating a lot of the stuff that Tua said yesterday. Mm-hmm. He's just condensing his answers a little bit more. I mean, he talked about they're practicing pushing the ball down the field. They'll make adjustments and they'll make the corrections. What did Tua say? We're going to go look at the tape after today. We're going to go in, do the film study, and then we're going to make the necessary corrections we have to make. Like, you could tell, even when he's talking about, he's trying to space it out and talk about DBs and blitzing. But in essence, what he was basically saying that yesterday they were basically trying to test as many things as they could.
Yes.
And they were doing that in a monsoon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, they weren't even doing it in on a bright sunny day.
Yeah, which Flores is probably like, oh, good, it's raining. I get to do this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, because we've all agreed, if you were playing a game in those conditions, we're running the ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even a question, right? And, I just, look at, he even says, that's the normal progression of how this goes. I just don't understand how people are not grasping that he literally said they're trying a bunch of different things, even with the DBs that are covering the plays they're running. They're telling them to try things.
Right.
On both sides. It's not like they're just on the offensive side of the ball and said, okay, here's the play, go kill them. No, they're running the play and they're all going to the DB side and say, listen, try this if you can, because we're in practice.
Well, my thing is, I think he just wants to say to everyone, I'd like to introduce you to the concept that practice is for practice. This is where you try things out. You experiment, like he said. I don't know. The whole thing to me is confusing. I get caught in an internal loop with these people, what they get upset about, how they get upset, because it's frustrating, man. Because like, how can anyone not understand what happened yesterday? It's so simple. Tua says it. He didn't hide anything. One day, Tua is saying nothing but the truth, but yesterday he talks the truth, and it's like he never even spoke a word to anyone about what was going on yesterday. It's frustrating. It's confusing, and I guess I have to get used to it until he shuts them all up. That's it. What else can we do? I mean, these guys, for whatever reason, seem to have it in for him. They take everything out of context, or they have no idea what context is when they don't want to have context. So it's frustrating.
I told you,
it's a bias.
I've been telling you since the season was going on. One of the most frustrating things about this fan base is some of these people can't even spell context, let alone understand the definition of the word, bro.
Yeah. They context is excuse. They refuse.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's exactly correct, man.
And I actually thought of something yesterday, with Soren when he came on and said, well, are you going to make these excuses, when the weather's like that? So I got a good one for you guys. Listen, a guy's drunk behind the wheel. Okay. He gets into an accident and he kills the other driver. Mm-hmm. Is him being drunk an excuse or context to the situation of why it happened?
The root cause. Never mind that.
Do you understand? Do you see where I'm going with this, though?
Yeah, excellent point.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a car crash, but he was also drunk behind the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, yes, it was a 5 interception day, but it was also a monsoon out there, and they were trying things.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Well, one's an excuse, the other isn't.
If it's an error,
I know it's a little drastic and dramatic where I'm going with it, but it's the same thing, bro.
Yeah, because if a tire blows up and you lose control and you kill someone,
there you go.
Totally different thing.
There you go. But totally here you go. If your back tire blows out, you lose control of the car and you hit someone.
Yeah. No one's fault.
Car accident happened, but would it have happened if the tire didn't blow out?
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm just saying.
And if you're drunk, you're the reason why the accident happened. It's a totally different thing, yeah.
Context, man.
Yep.
Context is everything,
bro. Everything. I keep telling these people this. I've been saying this for over a year, bro. Over a year, I've been saying that context is everything. There's a reason. This is why I tell people don't watch the stat line, because there's a reason why those stats are the way they are, whether they're negative or positive. I took journalism, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were taught about like the 5 W's, the who, what, where, when, why, right? And also how was part of it. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why I say I trust the film. I don't trust no stat lines. Now, if the film backs up my stat line, then cool, we're good. But that's why with the whole grading with PFF, the only time I really reference their grades is if, I give everyone a grade update when they come out, but the only time I actually even consider those grades plausible is when the grades back up what my eyes say, because I trust my eyes more than the volunteer they got doing that job, because I know a lot of those people grading are on a volunteer basis. And the problem you get with these people that are doing grades is, what do you run into? Let's say because a lot of them have to love football to do what they do, right?
Yep.
Let's say I'm a Packers fan and I'm grading a Vikings game. You're telling me there's not going to be players on the Vikings I hate and I'm going to be subjectively harder on more than other people?
Potentially.
That's the problem you run into with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm just saying. So, anyways, that's my rant.
The only thing I can see other than that is that they get some kind of feedback that when they go negative with Tua, they get more clicks or views or something.
That's facts.
Right. Mm-hmm. So someone is telling them dig deep on that, right? That's an editor or your manager. So that's maybe it's not them. Maybe we're upset with the wrong people. I don't know. But it's not. That's not your freaking job, bro. Your job is just to simply tell what happens.
Their editors aren't telling them how to run their Twitter, though. That's the problem.
There you go. That's true.
Or maybe they influence the Twitter, though, for all we know.
Let's get into We're going to look at the Sun Sentinel. We'll take a look at the Miami Herald, and we'll go over the minicamp practice observations, and just another little tidbit that we didn't play from Flores. The last question of that was, is there any news to report on Xavier Howard, and do you expect him to play today? And he just said, I do not expect him today. Obviously, we talked in length about him yesterday. There's really nothing else to report. So this article for the Sun Sentinel starts off about Xavier Howard's absence from the Miami Dolphins offseason program has provided plenty of opportunities for young quarterbacks on the roster, and there's nobody who's benefited more from the Pro Bowler's absence than Noah Benogany. Benogany, a 2020 first-round pick, struggled in his rookie season when called upon as a replacement for an injured Byron Jones, but he's been one of the most improved players this offseason based on what coaches and his teammates are saying. So it says they're also cross-training the Auburn standout to play the nickel spot, where he'd entered the mix with Nick Needham, Justin Coleman, and Jason McCourty for the role as the cornerback who covers the slot receiver. The hope is to get Benogany on the field for more snaps than he played last season as a backup for Howard, who is in a contract dispute with the Dolphins, and Byron Jones. Benogany is open to doing anything that helps him contribute more and allows him to show the growth that he's seeing in his game. Benogany had one standout play during Wednesday's practice, which concluded the team's on-field work of the offseason, where he forced receiver Devontae Parker to catch a pass inside the end zone out of bounds using his body to force the action. Ogba shut it down. Emmanuel Ogba, whose first day of participation in the offseason program was Tuesday, sat out Wednesday's action for undisclosed reasons.
Uh-oh.
Ogba was at the facility on Wednesday. To tie his non-participation to his contract dispute with the Dolphins is a stretch, but totally feasible considering he's slated to make $7.5 million in the season of the final year of his deal, and none of it is guaranteed. Ogba and his representatives are seeking a new multi-year deal after the team leading 9 sacks is 9.5. He produced in 2020. The Dolphins want to see the defensive end replicate that kind of production before giving a more lucrative deal than that of the 2-year, $15 million contract. Practice observations, and remember, Safed Dean was one of the 2 that went into the bubble. So the Dolphins spent 40 minutes on the practice field before taking the season inside the bubble on Wednesday for what was the team's last on-field practice at Nova Southeastern. The Dolphins will spend I mean, where's the editor at for that one, Rhino? The next month moving their football facility to their new Miami Gardens practice facility being built next to the Hard Rock Stadium. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa rebounded well from his 5-interception day on Tuesday with some sharp throws. During Wednesday's session. First, he connected on a deep ball to Jakeem Grant during the 7-on-7 portion of the practice. Then he pinpointed a pass to running back Salvin Ahmed on a wheel route, putting the completion in a spot only his intended target could catch it. Tagovailoa's throws were sharp and more accurate than what was on display Tuesday. Wonder why. Quarterback Jacoby Brissett ended practice with a deep touchdown to Allen Hurns in 11-11s during a hurry-up offense. Brissett had a solid practice with the exception of the interception he threw to cornerback Javarius Davis. Defensive end Jason Strowbridge, there he is. We hadn't heard anything about him yesterday. 5th-round pick from the 2020 draft class, produced a few pressures during the 11-11 periods of practice. Tagovailoa threw a 20-yard crossing route to Will Fuller. After 2 handoffs, Tagovailoa completed a pass to Devontae Parker for another 10 yards or so. Next play, Tua was just a tad bit long for receiver Albert Wilson, who couldn't track the deep pass. Tagovailoa was 1 for 3 during 7-on-7 goal line work with a touchdown throw to Mac Hollins while on the run. Brissett threw 3 straight touchdowns to Grant, Hunter Long, and Robert Foster. More 11-11 goal line work. Tagovailoa was 1 for 3 with Wilson getting a touchdown broken up by cornerback Jalen Askew, whose name's popped up a few times. Brissett was 2 for 3 with a touchdown pass to Hollins, and Reed Sinnott was 1 for 2 with a touchdown to Kirk Merritt. At the end of practice, Tagovailoa hit rookie receiver Jalen Waddle in stride over the middle for a 50-yard touchdown. Waddle may have been marked down, but he was jetting for the house. 2 plays later, Tagovailoa threw another touchdown to Devontae Parker. The injury update for today was Preston Williams and linebacker Atlanta Roberts sat out their second practice while rehabbing the injuries that they suffered last season.
I'm cool with that. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So am I.
Let him sit. Let him sit.
Let Preston sit and that boy Kirk go to work, baby.
Hell yeah.
All right, so let's look at what the Miami Herald had to say. So we'll start from the bottom and work our way up. All right, you guys can hear me, right? It's a lot different back there. Okay. All right, so every offensive player was spotted except receiver Preston Williams, again, who was working on the sideline. Defensively, every player was participating except cornerback Xavier Howard and Emmanuel Ogba, who they said here is dealing with actually a minor injury he sustained Tuesday. So there you go, some context. Ogba's agent, Drew Rosenhaus, told WSVN Fox 7 on Sunday that Ogba wants a new contract but planned to attend mandatory minicamp. It also says Atlanta Roberts. He was present but not practicing. At 12:15, Tagovailoa has rebounded well from his 5-interception day. He completed several short passes in 7-on-7 drills and connected with Shaquem Grant on a deep pass with two defenders close by. Tagovailoa completed a nifty 20-yard pass to Salvon Ahmed, connected on a 20-yard slant to Albert Wilson, and was on target on a crossing pattern to Devontae Parker, who also dropped a pass. Robert Foster made a great catch on a deep ball from Jacoby Brissett and walked off limping. But then Brissett also threw an interception to Javarius Davis. Adam Shaheen dropped a pass. Team then moved into the practice bubble at about 12:30. And what happened from there on was this. Tagovailoa didn't throw an interception on Wednesday after throwing 5 on Tuesday. Per Pool reports, here's what happened inside the bubble. Tagovailoa hit Will Fuller on that 20-yard crossing route. After 2 handoffs, he completed a 10-yard pass to Devontae Parker. On the next throw, Tua was a bit too long for Albert Wilson. Again, Tua went 1 for 3 on goal line work with a cheat touchdown to Mac Hollins on the run. Tagovailoa then went 0 for 3 in the next 7-on-7 goal line series. Says he was holding on the ball too long and looking for open receivers instead of throwing in anticipation of where his receivers would be. Noah Igbenogany had strong coverage on Parker on one of those Tua throws, forcing Parker to catch the ball out of bounds. After that sequence, Tua spent a lot of time during the break and later practice periods talking intensely with his teammates, per Josh Tolentino. Following the series, he grabbed Devontae Parker and 2 players chatted for several minutes. In the next stage of goal line work, Tagovailoa again was 1 for 3, with Wilson having a potential TD broken up by Jalen Askew. Tagovailoa threw a 40-yard touchdown pass to Jalen Waddle in the next series, and then delivered a 30-yard touchdown pass to Devontae Parker. Jacoby Brissett went 2 for 3 in the initial bubble 11-11 work with a nice check down to Wilson. On his next series, he went 2 for 3 on the goal line with a TD pass to Hollins. Brissett went 3 for 6 on his next series after a throw behind Mike Gesicki. He completed one to Hollins. Defensive lineman Jason Strowbridge also had a nice pressure on one of those plays. And there's Jason's name again. In his next series, Brissett threw 3 straight TDs to Grant, Long, and Robert Foster in goal line drills. Foster continues to impress. Brissett ended practice with a deep touchdown throw to Allen Hurns in a hurry-up offense. The bubble part of practice included a pass breakup by Bernardrick McKinney, a catch by Kay Loxley, and a pass breakup by Noah Igbenogany on a throw by third-string quarterback Reed Sinnott, who threw a touchdown to Kirk Merritt in goal line work. Jason Sanders also went 4 for 4 on field goals, with his longest being 51. So there you guys go. There is your update today. So far, because nothing else has really come out in terms of from the South Floridian media. I know Josh Tolentino hasn't done anything, I think, with releasing anything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he still hasn't released anything because, like I said, he's moving to the Eagles. But that said, let's get into some highlights from today because there were some highlights released, and I want to show them for everyone. So let's get into those real quick. So you remember how they talked about that Hunter Long touchdown and goal line work.
Mhm.
They actually released a video of that. So here's the video of that Hunter Long goal line work touchdown.
It's a big boy.
I know, man. I know.
Big boy.
And you know he's working with the 2s and the 3s when Patrick Laird's the one who comes up and gives them daps, eh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One more time for everyone just to see the catch.
And it's stuck there.
Yep.
It's stuck there.
It's a big
Yep.
boy.
All right, let's go.
I like Hunter, man.
Yeah, so do I, bro. Let's get into the Tua stuff. Here's Tua completing a nice pass to Kirk Merritt. Little Kirk Merritt 2 action for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Right on the money.
That's a planned throw, right? There's no one to Tua's
Yeah,
left.
yeah. That's a planned throw.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really cool how he goes through his progressions there, even though they're not there. I love it.
Simulation, yeah.
Yeah.
Here is Tua Tagovailoa to Mac Hollins. Look at Mac get up there and get that.
I know he got some elevation on that one, man.
Somewhere right now, EM Dolphin fan is salivating.
He's smiling. Don't know why he's smiling. I'm smiling.
Smiling. And then here's the one, boys. Here is the one. I believe this is to Jakeem Grant 7-on-7 drills. Actually, no, let me show. You remember how they kept talking about that slant to Parker that he hit for like 10 yards or whatever? Here's the video of that. Here's the video of that first. One more time. You know, it's actually kind of worrying me that Parker's had some notable drops over the last 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people have made a highlight of making sure they point those out. And then here's the one, boys. This is, I believe, in 7-on-7s, and you can see Brian Flores is in the background of this. Look at this throw, Martin. I know you'll appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. In stride. That's what I call Otis. That's called Otis. On time, in stride. On time, in stride. Damn.
You know what I call this, Martin? That's an airmail dime, buddy. That's what that is, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, do you guys hear when he catches it?
Mm-hmm.
Buddy, this guy's got air under it, and listen, it's still got zip. Listen to when it hits Jakeem Grant. Listen for it. You hear that?
Yeah.
I just love the bird. I love the bird.
Yeah, that's what this is, man. Hair.
That's nice.
That's a nice throw right there, man. That's a dime.
Yeah.
Problem is, it's the Grant. He won't catch that during the game.
I think that's gonna be Waddle, actually. You know, in the game.
People were killing Grant. They're like, wow, I'm more surprised by the fact that Grant made the catch than I am by the throw.
Oh man,
people were killing Grant out here, man.
Hey, but for real reason, when we're hearing that Noah is having a relatively strong, mini camp heading into training camp.
Mm-hmm.
Are we expecting like one of those rare situations where every rookie from last year is going to make a jump? Like, is that possible? Like every main rookie, every major rookie.
I know that's what they're hoping for.
I'm just saying,
and
man.
Expecting at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what they always say, right? I think it's a big a big hope, but they always say the rookie to the second year is a big leap, right? So that's the math. I don't know how it's going to work out, but
people need to also remember this: the sophomore slump is a real thing.
Yeah, true. That too.
Right? Like that's what I think people need to like take into account that actually happens, bro.
True.
Everyone thinks, for people who thinking it's going to be just automatic, someone's gonna. Here's the reality, okay? I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Someone's gonna disappoint us. And I
hope it's not Kindley.
I was just gonna say I'm praying it's not the O-line or Tua. Because here's the thing. We could kind of afford the way this team is built. We can afford Noah still taking more time.
Yeah.
You know? Because we have so many good players.
Yeah.
Now, what we can't afford is, not happening. So, just to show people some more highlights here.
I just want the offensive line, whether all of them make the jump or not, but as a unit they play
solid.
Top 15, yeah, top 15.
Yeah, I agree. Well,
I mean, we know Skura's going
to stretch. Give me top 20.
Yeah, we'll go from there.
Yeah, top 15 in the fucking division all round at least.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to show this one here. Look at here's Tua to Jakeem again. Jakeem with the cut. Boom. And then here's Jacoby to Devontae.
God, I love DVP, man.
Then here's that Kirk Merritt throw again. Beauty. And then here's Lynn Bowden Jr. making a nice catch from Tua.
Bowden.
Back of the end zone.
Yep.
I really like that Jacoby is like keeping his foot on the gas as well. As far as rebounding from his kind of lackluster practice from day one as well. There's nothing better than to have a guy like that that's going to consistently keep a standard as far as how to play every single practice and what to expect that, for every single rep. I think Jacoby Brissett is actually going to be our unsung hero as far as Tua making this leap legit. Just because.
You mean yesterday someone besides Tua threw an interception? What? like it was some kind of plan to be risky and make throws you normally wouldn't. What?
Even Brissett threw more interceptions than he threw today too.
I'm confused. I don't know.
Inexcusable.
This media, man.
Cut them all.
What can we do, man? We got to let them live, man.
Grin and bear it. That's it.
Unbelievable, man. I just, the expectations, man. Like people are like no room for growth. Like this is what I said today, right? Like before everything went live, before training camp, before the next day of minicamp took place, I said, all I care about in minicamp is learning, growth, development, and comfortability. Learn from your mistakes, grow each day, develop a rapport with your teammates even further, gain more comfortability each day with the system on whatever side of the ball you play.
And stay healthy. I'd add stay healthy.
And healthy for sure, but that's a given. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So I'm going to drop the link if you guys want to come up. Jorge wants to see that deep to a throw again. Hey man, your wish is my command, bro. Don't think I ain't got it. One more time for y'all.
You are the genie right now.
Oh,
it's nice.
Look at it. Even makes look at what a nice guy too is. He even makes Jakeem Grant look like an NFL caliber receiver. What a nice guy.
Man,
What a humble, nice guy, huh?
Someone really needs to tell him about the size of his helmet and not seeing the ball. Man, I don't know. That helmet's just way too big.
My favorite part is he's got the do-rag hanging out. Who's this guy think he is? Tyler Collins?
He takes the rag out and he drops it on the floor.
He said, who does he think he is, Tyler? Shout out to Tyler, man.
Yeah, man. What up, Fins for Life, Red Comet, and Z-Man? How you guys doing?
What's up?
What's up, fellas?
What's going on? What's going on?
Man.
What's up?
Brian Terry asked, reason will there be a trade for running back like A.J. Dillon? I don't think so, man.
I think they're just gonna stick it out. See what happens.
I that's what I think we're going down to. Fin Squad Enforcer, what's going on, man? How you doing? And Pyro, what's up?
Uh-oh. That's what I was looking for. I was just about to ask.
There goes the stream. Good stream, boy. Shit.
I'm good now.
I'm good now.
It was about to get really real in here. Russell was backstage and then he disappeared.
Russell, come on.
We good now, Pyro? We good now? We on good
I
time?
don't remember what happened.
Oh, I hear you.
What, did I leave and something happened or something?
All love in the Finn families. All love, man. All love.
Yeah. What was it? What were you guys going back and forth over again?
I forgot.
Goddamn.
Taco Bell.
Yeah. Mountain the Baja Blast.
Oh yeah. Pyro didn't forget. He's lying.
No, I'm serious. I honestly forgot.
Bro, you changed your profile. You changed your profile picture to the Baja Blast logo yesterday, bro. What are you talking about?
I was drinking last night.
Baja Blast is the best. Baja Blast is the best drink to get from Taco Bell. When I go in there, I don't get nothing else. If I was
my man.
Like, that's the best drink. Like,
look at you.
Those are fighting words to Z-Man.
Oh, you don't like the Baja Blast? Oh, come on. I don't like the Baja.
Right.
Baja Blast with no ice. With no ice.
Says, it's all right.
With no ice.
It's all right.
Yo, and
Hey,
I
I
was the
remember
one who
now.
brought it up because I was I think I was talking to Rhino about the fact that well, like I live out, like I got a spot out in Kissimmee, and so I was talking about, you know, the that outdoor shopping center or whatever. Whenever we go to the Taco Bell there, I got the Baja Blast because it wasn't available in Canada until like a year ago.
Oh,
so
man.
I started the fire, bro.
Yeah, you did. You did. Hey, I remember, but yeah.
Oh, by
That
the
was
way,
crazy,
boys,
man.
and there's about 400 people in the room. Smash that like button. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe. I will be down in October for 2 weeks, and I will be down, and I will be going to the Miami Dolphins Atlanta Falcons game. So
That's what's
if
up.
anyone wants to join,
Smash that like button.
let me know because I'll
Can
be.
y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I'll be getting tickets through my link with the Dolphins. So
Oh, you don't know what section yet?
no, I'm gonna be
Sorry
getting.
about that. Reed.
I've already talked to my link with the Dolphins, so he's like, just let me
Oh.
know because if a whole bunch of people want to go, then I might get a like a group discount, right? For everyone, group discount. But you know what it is. I gotta see this Kyle. I gotta see Kyle Pitts in action firsthand, bro.
Yeah, man. I forgot they Atlanta drafted him.
Yeah, bro. How could you?
How could, man? I'm mad.
I
I'm
mean,
still mad at that.
see, if I was Damien, then I'll never forget. But
Or
I was low-key didn't want him to come here.
Bro, I was gonna say Damien had y'all backstage like rifting and rafting over them. Taking,
Listen, so me and Rhino and Damien was together. I think it was I forgot who was there too, but I think it was
The second day,
right?
No, yeah, the 82.
The 82, and we all came. Yeah, it was second day.
That was the funniest thing ever.
Damien was hot. I was like, "You okay?" No, I'm not okay. What the hell you talking about?
How about when D82 just left the room? I'm done.
Oh yeah. When they drafted Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter.
As soon as they drafted Hunter, he said, "All right, I'm out. I'm done. I'm done." He just left.
Oh man, fucking! I think I'm the only reasonable Gators fan that in existence, bro.
Yeah.
Clump was ready to lose his mind.
I was out, but I lost my mind later on. But I was still calm at that point.
Yeah, I thought I had to talk you down off the ledge, bro.
Not Hunter.
I'm good.
So how does it feel to be a Gators fan and you love the Alabama players so much, man? You got Tua, Najee. It's gotta be rough, Pyro.
No, it's not
Not
rough.
too bad.
Pyro's a Gator fan?
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was a Hurricane fan.
No,
I don't want to even remotely talk about rooting for Alabama players, but
That's right, Russell.
Here's the thing. Once they get on,
I'm a Gators fan too.
It don't matter what team they are. If they come to my Dolphins, I'll love them.
Roll Tides.
I don't hold no grudge like Omar Kelly and them. You know, I honestly think they hold.
Let me
some
ask
grudge.
you: are you a bigger Dolphins fan or Gators fan?
I'm about equal with that. When it comes to that, yeah, bro. I would say, I would honestly say, I'll probably put the Heat over the Gators, but you know, I love them all.
Oh, I'm putting Miami Dolphins over any team.
Oh, definitely. I'm talking about in terms of where I put the Heat. I'll put the Heat over, you know, the Gators, but the Dolphins over all of them.
Y'all shouldn't have said his name.
There you go.
Man, what y'all talking about, man?
Man, get that logo off here. Get this logo off here, man. Get that logo
I was
off.
here talk. I was just listening.
Get
to
that
pizza,
logo
enjoying my
off
night.
of here.
And y'all clowning my Gators, man. Really? Come on, man. It was a good show. It was a good show.
Get that logo off of this channel, bro. Get it out of here. Oh, damn, Knicks. I'm sorry, my bad. But no Knicks, man.
Yeah, I don't know if I could ever cheer for a team named the Knickerbockers.
Listen, I had no choice, man. My mother was a Knicks fan, so I grew up as a Knicks fan.
You should have been you should say mom be a Knicks, and then you know, because Knicks are balling, bro.
Man, don't get me started, please. Can we go back to football? Don't get me started. Can we go back to football, please?
Their history better than the Knicks.
What?
So Waddle.
Damn.
Hold on, I got a question I wanted to ask here.
Oh my god,
Russell, what were you thinking while you stood on the ledge reading Twitter yesterday that Tua threw 5 picks?
No. Actually, I stood up for the whole situation earlier on Larry's channel. I wasn't standing on no ledge at all. Look, he just threw 6 touchdowns today. It's minicamp, and it was a fucking monsoon. What do you guys want?
It don't matter, bro. It don't matter.
It is common.
It don't matter though. It don't matter when it comes to Tua.
Don't tell that to Omar Kelly.
You know what? I think it's. You know what? I just look at it as this. They are keeping so much attention in the media drawn towards Tua that the minute that all this turns around and he starts lighting motherfuckers up, he's already going to be in the spotlight anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They're just prepping this kid.
I really had like
Tua's a bust.
I really had like 15 comments in one of my videos that I did towards the Patriots a couple of weeks ago. 15 new comments. Oh, Tua threw 5 picks. Oh, Tua's better than Mac Jones. I call Mac Jones McCorkle. That's his middle name, so I call him McCorkle. All right. You know, Tua did. Herbert would never throw 5 interceptions in practice. Blah blah. I'm like, what the? Like, are you serious?
Mahomes never would. Mahomes wouldn't do
it. Like, it's the first day of minicamp and a torrential monsoon.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't no little spring shower.
Shit, there's some monsoon going on right now.
You know what's crazy though? It actually rained today and he didn't throw any turnovers. You know why?
It didn't look like the monster torrential downpour like yesterday.
Exactly. That's why. It's almost like, I don't know, a hurricane would affect a football game. I don't know. Go figure, bro.
It's almost like it's almost reasons like it's like water is wet.
Yeah,
right. It's like they forgot that water is wet.
Tua's throwing, bro.
If that was it's almost like you know, water can affect you throwing a fucking football. That tells you pretty much that these idiots haven't thrown a football in the rain or proper period.
Honestly, I think it was just. I think obviously any day is a good day, but I'm just talking about like for media and overreaction. Clearly, it was the bad day to be. It was the worst day to pick to be over aggressive. Considering how everyone reacted.
Who was really quiet today?
Yeah.
Like go in the bubble. Go in the bubble You know what I mean?
But in a way, I like that. Flo don't give a damn. He's gonna do what he wants to do, bro.
I don't give a damn either, bro.
I'm just saying, like he doesn't care about the media at all, dude.
Right.
I love it.
I wonder if that was the game plan or he switched to that plan. I say
Because
game
of the
plan,
rain?
to that practice because of the rain. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder.
I think he
Because
switched
when
that
do we
plan right off the bat.
like
It wouldn't
usually
surprise
minicamp? You're not being aggressive and try to go deep. I can't remember any first minicamp, mandatory minicamps we do that. Like be aggressive, go long, throwing 30-yard passes, whatever.
Yeah. Usually it's walkthroughs or something like that.
Exactly. Like it's cool. I mean, yeah.
Honestly, I think Flores just presented another teachable moment for Tua to put in his toolbox, so he could build this kid up. Because he said in his press conference, South Florida could be a monsoon any day, 7 days out of the week. You never know. So why not use it to your advantage? And everybody knows we play the sport.
And I like that he didn't go in the bubble like Philbin would. Philbin would go into a bubble.
Yeah, because
and don't deal with the rain.
He would have been afraid of melting like the Wicked Witch of the West, bro.
He'd have felt queasy.
As soon as it starts thundering, he hears that thunder, bro. He's like, "Oh, I'm getting queasy."
And in reference to another reason.
What?
In a reference to another tweet that happened yesterday, I'm glad we didn't pick Devontae Smith.
Why? What happened with Devontae Smith?
He would have been blown away.
Oh my god.
That's funny.
Slim Reaper like that
never happened.
Slim Reaper.
Man,
I thought that was a funny tweet, though.
It was.
I wasn't looking for funny tweets today. I was looking for all these motherfucking beat reporters who was commenting and tweeting yesterday. Where's that? I want that same energy. Give me that same energy. Talk about 6 touchdown day to it. Don't talk about 5 interception day.
Bro, did you see what's his face? Omar even tried to deny that he threw 6 touchdowns today.
Yeah, he's saying it was goal line work, it was red zone work, but I'm reading.
He's like, what's it going to be 10 tomorrow? And it's like, what are you, bro? Do you not know how to count, bro? What, an interception is an interception, but a touchdown ain't a touchdown, bro?
But reason I'm confused here because I'm reading Safi Dean's tweets and he's talking about a 50-yard touchdown throw to Waddle. So how is that red zone? 35 yards.
Oh yeah.
So I'm confused here.
30-yard one to
no, it was a 50-yard. It was a 50-yarder.
No, he did. He said the 50-yard touchdown to Waddle, and then he had a 30-yard one to Parker too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro. He was lighting it up.
But his red zone and goal line work
too. He said,
what are they playing in the CFL with our red zones, bro? Yeah. Our red zones, you can fit like 12 buses in them.
Bro, they say, "Oh man, this Water just dusted the whole secondary, but they was trying to catch up to him. He dusted them, bro. I was like, damn.
I'm so excited for the first game.
Didn't he throw one to Fuller too?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. He had like a long slant.
Three outside and 3 when he was inside.
But you see that and shout out to the Dolphins Twitter for jumping up, bro. They dog pile Omar, bro.
Oh, bro,
for real.
Everybody was on it. Bro,
he's trying to defend himself. He's trying to fight off, fend them off, bro.
Bro, listen. The reason my whole timeline is everybody replying to that tweet, and then you see Omar, just like a little bit of Omar. So I was like, hey, but you gotta realize, and then just more of them just reply. I said, damn, you guys are freaking ripping this guy.
Bro, even Larry got into it today with him.
Yeah,
he's gonna lock down his Twitter account at that rate.
I
seen Larry on there and everything. I said, God, Lee.
Did anybody read Bucky Brooks' tweet?
Yeah, for the one from yesterday.
Yeah.
The one where that guy, that San Diego reporter who was like The Sopranos commented on.
Yes.
Bro, did you look at his profile picture? I'm like, yo, this guy's an extra from The Sopranos, bro. There's no way.
I saw a response on that,
bro.
And it's just, and Bucky Brooks broke it down perfectly. Like, yo, it's minicamp.
Ignorance of that guy. Oh, if you throw 5, you stink. What?
Yeah, bro? And a skeleton drill.
So then, anybody seen Dan Orlovsky tweet?
I'm gonna play the video in a second. So that means, Fin Squad. That means Patrick Mahomes should have been cut, bro. The year San Francisco went to the to the Super Bowl, Jimmy G in training camp threw 5 consecutive interceptions in practice. Like 5 throws in a row were picked off.
Yep, I remember that.
Yo,
I hate the Niners. I trolled them on that. Yeah,
Tannehill should never even have made it to the Titans because he should have been cut for his 4 interception
Oh
days.
my
training
God.
camp in year 2, bro.
What about that game where Tannehill played in the rain and was throwing it behind the line of scrimmage on a screen?
Bro, what about in year 4 when the practice squad guys are intercepting and are told to lay off them, bro?
Exactly. Everybody was getting on toe thumbs.
But also, guys, you are
Real, bro.
these people literally said no other quarterback in the league threw interception during yesterday, and I was like, bro, have you not? You must have been under a rock because Jets quarterback Wilson was throwing interceptions. Cam Newton and Mac Jones was throwing interceptions at the same damn time,
bro.
And Russell Wilson was throwing some. So what the fuck are you talking about?
I think Wilson only threw 1.
Yeah, but I was just saying, like he's saying no other quarterback threw an interception.
The Jets are raised.
And how did we know what type of drills they were doing? Were they trying to do deep throws? Or were they trying to be aggressive?
The Jets are raving about Zach Wilson as a passer in camp right now. In all fairness.
But hold on. See, I read Jets stuff. Like I like to read up on my enemies. I'm up here in Jersey. I'm in Jets country. What is it? Manish Mehta wasn't talking that a couple of days ago. So where's the I swear to God,
he had that one day where he was like, he had that one day where he's like 2 for 5 or 1 for 5 or whatever. He had that bad day.
Exactly. But it's like we get conflicting reports from our beat writers. I can imagine how conflicted the reports are from other teams' beat writers.
Oh yeah.
So it's like I don't know what to believe.
Bro, that's why I'm so bitter that I got restrictions out here and they haven't been lifted because I would be down there for training camp. I will be down there next year for training camp. You best believe I will be posted up on a Airbnb right next to Pete's house.
And you know what sucks about that reason? You get the chance to step foot in the new practice facility, man.
Yeah. Doesn't that open up in a few weeks?
It opens
for training camp.
As soon as training camp that's when they're gonna go practice at.
And I think they're only limiting the amount of time that I don't think fans can go for the whole training camp.
Yeah, no. They it's select days.
So we'll see how that works out. I know they're like July 31st or July 30th throughout the league, it's like fan appreciation day. Like every team will be celebrating their fans at training camp and stuff like that. I know that. It's the 30th or 31st, I forget.
What day training camp start for? 27th?
Yeah, I think so. It's near the end of the month, yeah.
When does minicamp end?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay.
I don't think there's. I don't know if there's.
Today was the last day.
No, I have Zoom interviews tomorrow, so I think
public day.
Yeah, I think it's no on-field work.
On field, okay. On field, okay.
So I have I think Flores at 9 a.m. and then I got an email from Jason Jenkins not too long ago. I got let me see. I'll tell y'all right now. Jason Jenkins. All right, so Flores at 8:45 a.m. and then the players at 10 a.m. and it's Byron Jones and Jesse Davis.
Okay. Yes, I'll be on Twitter tomorrow at work. Wonder what Omar's saying.
I already see Jesse Davis. Right leg is wrapped up from ankle to hip.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Omar pointed it out on Twitter. He's like,
I don't like
this at all.
Yeah, he got a long ass brace from his ankle to his hip.
All the way up to his hip.
That's not good. Yeah. And what's good today though is Jesse Davis. We didn't hear the offensive line getting beat like scalded dogs today like we did yesterday, right? That's a good thing at least.
I heard good news about Strobridge too. I want to see Strobridge improve this year.
I heard there was a highlight of Strobridge. I think it was today and yesterday.
Yeah.
No, just today. He had 2 today.
Oh, just today. Okay.
Yeah, he had 2.
I think he had 2 or 3 pressures.
Yeah. Yeah, one of them he got into the backfield for they said it would have been a sack. Here's what you're talking about, D82. I'm gonna play it. I was just sharing something there.
Dude, I watched that. I got on Omar Twitter and it made him look stupid. I was like, this is why you stuck on Sentinel and Twitter, because you can't be like this guy.
But everybody was getting at Adam Beasley today too. Like,
I would too. Yeah, he went.
But
in all fairness, he wasn't there.
Exactly, and I told people, I'm like, hold up, you don't even have to worry about Adam Beasley. He's about to go to the Athletic, so you don't even have to worry about him.
No, he's going to the Pro Football Network.
Pro Football Network. Okay.
Josh Tolentino's leaving the Athletic, and they actually don't have his replacement yet.
I'm done with.
I vote for Reason.
Adam.
What?
I vote for Reason to replace him.
Oh, bro, I'm telling you, in the next 2 years, I already told my wife. I said, "Yo, you better get ready. Get your."
Would you move to Miami?
Oh, it's in the plans, bro. I said, get your account because she's about to get her. Because she got sniped for her job. They took her right out of university, and so she didn't finish her accounting degree. So she'll be getting in September, and then we got a plan for her to open up a business down for snowbirds. She'll work with Canadian snowbirds and she'll work with Americans. She'll have her own firm down there, and then I'm gonna. Yeah, you're damn right. I'm gonna be like, I would have applied for the Herald and for Beasley's job and for Tolentino's job. So if I live down there for sure, because I actually did take journalism. All right, so. Yeah, this is what you're talking about with Dan Orlovsky, D82. I'll just show because some people might have missed it. And if I get hit on this and you guys are watching it tomorrow and you don't see what we're talking about, it's because I got demonetized and I clipped it out.
This is good stuff. I saw it.
I didn't see it today.
That's in the Springer.
It's a video? Oh, okay.
Do you guys know that Thomas Edison quote where he says, "I have not failed. I've just figured out 10,000 ways to do something wrong." And I think that should really be a focus for so many quarterbacks, especially young ones in the spring, is like figuring stuff out, what you can and can't get away with. And we talked about Tua being more aggressive down the field. You know, one of the phrases that get attached to young quarterbacks all the time is, well, protect the football. I've never liked that. Value the football. You want to protect your kids. Never allow anything bad to happen to them. But to go be great at that position in the NFL, the ball's got to be put in harm's way at some times. And that's why Tua got to learn to be aggressive with it a little bit. And you heard Brian Flores say it. Like, the last thing the Dolphins and Tua want is to get into a game in September, ball be on the right hash. He's got his speedster, Jalen Waddle, all the way to the left, and it's going to be some form of a cover two. And Tua's going, man, I wonder if I can throw this ball 40 yards down the sideline to the left in a hole shot. And he's never done it. Like, this is the time to figure out what you can and cannot do. So this is exactly what Tua should be doing. I remember 4 years ago when Patrick Mahomes threw like 6 interceptions in one practice and everyone lost their minds. You got to figure out what your arm is capable of and not capable of. Tua's doing the right thing.
Right.
And he retweeted it on his channel along with tagging Omar and all the beat writers.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Really? And not one none of them said anything on his Twitter feed.
Wow.
That's what I like about this.
Called them all out.
Because they're
out, son.
Because they're out of their depth, bro.
As Reason would say, they're jabroni.
Yeah. And they're out of their depth, bro. They don't want that smoke with Dan Orlovsky.
They don't want that smoke.
Bro, like, I was speaking to another Dolphin fan, and he even acknowledged, like, the whether you want to call it hate, the vitriol, the spotlight, whatever it is that's on Tua and this national media is something I've never seen before for a young QB. I've sickening. I've never seen, whether it's a hot take, whether you're defending him or you're going against him. There's just no middle. There's no middle for this guy, and he only played 9 freaking games. I don't understand this. It's driving me crazy to the point where I'm thinking they're attacking him because of his faith. I'm really starting to think they're attacking him because of his faith.
Haven't you heard me? Haven't you heard me? I've actually said is the media full of Satanists, and B, is Illuminati real, and that's why they're hating on him.
Those are facts. But reason that's facts for both those things you just said. Those are both true. Is Illuminati and they full of Satanists.
There you go.
I guess they will bash the guy. They will bash the guy that put a cross on each of his cheeks. I guess they would do that.
Well, hey, you guys got to remember, dude. Look at all the hate and flack Tebow got.
True.
Exactly. Exactly. I was speaking that.
The only difference is Tua's way more talented than Tebow was as a passer.
True.
So here's the Bucky Brooks stuff that you're talking about, Fin Squad. He said, I had a defensive coordinator, Dick Duron, encouraged me to take chances in practice because you will never know the limits of your game if you fail to push the envelope. If that's the plan in Miami with Tua, coaches must be willing to see some interceptions as he discovers his limits. That's why context matters when evaluating OTAs and minicamps. So what's the goal? Do coaches want perfect practice, or is this the developmental period to see where you are as a player and team? Those questions drive how players play and how coaches script practice, right? So then this guy, Nick Canepa, who looks like he's an extra from The Sopranos. Look at it. Look at the picture of him, bro. Tell me he doesn't look like he ain't in the background and just one of the random thugs. You know what I mean?
Reason I could curse. I could curse.
Yeah, go ahead.
A fat fuck. Just say it. God.
Yeah. So then he says, practice is practice, but sorry, you throw 5 picks and skeleton drills, you stink. Like we already have covered. That means Jimmy G stinks, Patrick Mahomes stinks, etc. Anyways, Tannehill would have stunk. He said, no mistakes allowed on your team. I hope every column that you've ever written hasn't required editing to correct punctuation, misspelling, or grammatical errors. I'm sure that you were perfect from the jump and didn't require any development. The rest of us should be so lucky. Get him, Bucky.
Get him. I was
Papa.
laughing my butt off when I read that this morning.
Bucky's out here bucking, bro.
Oh, reason.
Buck shots.
Bro.
Buck
So I heard
shots.
something interesting today.
What?
The media isn't allowed to record videos of Lamar Jackson anymore.
Why?
I don't know. I saw it on Twitter, so.
Like videos during practice, or
videos of him throwing.
Why?
Because their media team posted that one video of him throwing, and it was like a duck, and it was like, who the hell's in charge? Why would you post? And obviously, all quarterbacks have that, right? Like all quarterbacks throw passes like that. It's okay, but it's like,
so why would you post the duck instead of the spiral?
This happened yesterday?
No, this was a couple weeks ago.
Oh, a couple weeks.
But that's true. That's true. Why would you not post a spiral versus a duck? Like,
Lamar Jackson reminds athletic Cam Newton. And that's because he's a great athlete, but I just don't see the quarterback mindset from him. He has the arm talent. I just don't think it connects up here in the brain from.
I think he's still developing though, Russell. I think he's still developing.
Yeah, go ahead. So, give them the story of what goes on down there, Martin, in terms of, because again, Martin came up in South Florida. He played for Florida A&M. All right, so
FAMU.
Yeah,
FAMU too, Martin.
So explain.
Salute.
So explain what goes on with the development of quarterbacks in South Florida.
So the reality is that the top 3 states in the country as far as developing football players and NFL caliber athletes, it stems from California, Texas, and Florida. Now, when it comes to the quarterback position, California and Texas has far and beyond developed more pro-ready quarterbacks than Florida for one specific reason, and that's because, for the most part, the coaches in Florida, not the entire state, but for the most part, we simply do not put our quarterbacks through quarterback schools. We don't work specifically on foot drills. We don't work specifically on pre-snap determinations. We don't work specifically on, you have a key read over here, so if this guy moves here, you want to do the whole developmental process in your mind of where else you should go. We don't work on that at all down here. Everything is about putting the ball in the best athlete's hand and letting them score touchdowns. That's all it's about down here. It's about speed and athleticism. And Lamar Jackson was not only the most athletic and fastest guy on the field at all times, but he had a rocket arm. So that combination equated into, this is the next Michael Vick, period. But he never got those developmental quarterback school. The entire offseason, he is working on film study. That never happened down here. It never really does. And again, Lamar Jackson, even going into Louisville, he struggled as a true freshman passing. If you strictly look at his mechanics in 2015 versus his mechanics in 2016, you can see the difference as far as him working on stuff, and then so on and so forth. He's literally been winging it as far as just making throws. He hasn't gone through a Tom House coming up out of Louisville. He just got a hold of Tom House when he became a pro. So I'm just saying, Lamar Jackson, as great as he is, MVP, right? Because he was just that good. He is still developing into what all these other quarterbacks are coming into the league, as far as from California, Texas. If you want to throw in Georgia, if you want to throw in Virginia, these guys develop their quarterbacks. But Florida, is just what it is. We just haven't had those coaches to really hone in on what it takes to take that next step into the next level after high school, which is big time college football, FBS, FCS, or even into the pros. That's why all these quarterbacks from Florida normally either fizzle out or they're career backups. It's just the way it is. We're not groomed to be that guy. It's just what it is. Lamar Jackson is one of the greatest stories in history as far as quarterbacks coming out of Florida. Tim Tebow would have been, but he didn't have the talent like that, so it is what it is. Lamar's still growing though, Russell.
And you could even see from the problem I had was his first year and coming out of Louisville was his mechanics. Like, he had a hitch in his release, and you could tell he started working on it because the second year he played, that hitch was gone, and he became better as a passer, and he lit us up in that. He lit us up right out of the gate or whatever too, right? Like, you can already tell the mechanics have been cleaned up far more than what they were when he entered the league already, man.
Yes.
If you watch him.
He's steadily becoming like what Michael Vick was. If people can recall Michael Vick coming into the league when he was just using all arm. Yeah, it was all just fireballs.
Everything was on a rope.
Yes. And when he got into Philadelphia under Andy Reid, and everything was just hand signature, eyes, hands, feet, pre-snap, post-snap. Like, once he got into that type of environment and he realized it's literally a neck up game, and you can still implement your athletic abilities if you like to give yourself that type of advantage. You saw what Michael Vick was in 2010.
Bro, he became a pocket quarterback too, bro.
Yes.
And the sad part, the Eagles' O-line sucked. He got killed behind that O-line that year, even though he balled that second year with the Eagles.
But listen, when I started taking the game seriously, before I got to college, I remember my first year, like in high school, everything I threw was on a rope because I came from a baseball background where I was a catcher. So everything was on a rope, man. I used to throw it 30, 35 yards down the field on a fucking rope. And I used to just get lambasted by my coach all the time because, I'd make the throw, but you can't do that, man. Like, even if you made it, they were reaming your ass out. You got to learn at some point. You got to learn touch, right?
I was a pitcher and a quarterback, and I had to redo my arm angles whenever I go switch
throwing
from
a football
to
is way
baseball.
different, bro. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
like so.
Because I told you guys, I don't know if you heard this, Fin Squad, but like so when I was 13, I could throw in the 70s.
Oh, that's nice.
Like, I had a rocket. Like, I've told this story backstage. I'll tell it here. When I started dating my wife, out here we have something called the X. It takes place at Exhibition Place, it's right in a part of Toronto, and it's like this whole big like fair. And what they do is they have this wall. They have the carnival games, right? And I just started dating my wife. We'd been dating for like 3 or 4 months, and she had never been to the X before. And we went to where they give you the softballs, and you got the wall full of rows of plates, and you got to hit. They give you 3 balls, and you got to hit the plates. 3 hits, and you get a stuffy. Bro, first throw, I took down the whole wall, bro. I literally hit the plate, ball bounced down and up, and just knocked down all the levels, and it was a wrap. I took down the whole wall, and like my wife tells the story all the time. Like, I told these guys that I've told it to, and but at a certain point, you have to learn touch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if you're throwing deep, you gotta have touch. You can't just be roping those bad boys, or you're gonna run into smart guys that are just gonna cut in front of it, man.
And honestly, as far as NFL quarterback, right? It's literally about how much control you have over that football when it leaves your hand.
Yeah.
You can throw those super hard, you can throw it through a car wash, won't get wet passes, but it's so much more nuanced when you have a guy that can make a specific throw at a specific time in a specific area with a specific velocity that only the wide receiver is going to make a play on that football. That's the rare part about throwing a football and especially NFL quarterbacks, how they throw. Arm angle, timing is everything. It's just different altogether.
And that's what I see from Tua already, and that's why I wanted the Dolphins to draft him, because Tannehill didn't have that touch. No. Chad Henne didn't have that touch. Chad Pennington had it, but he was a veteran, and that's one of our best QBs in the last 20 years.
Herbert doesn't even consistently play touch.
Herbert doesn't do that, and Josh Allen I haven't seen do that yet. It's still bullet throws and cannon throws with Allen.
I think Burrow has it a little better than Herbert actually.
Yeah, well, he has it, right? Because he doesn't have an arm.
You don't have the arm.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I think Burrow has a I was on record last year. We haven't seen it yet in the winter months in Cincinnati, but I was on record. I think Burrow has out of the last year, because you had like Jacob Eason had a rocket, Herbert had a rocket, Jordan Love has a rocket on there. Burrow to me had more of a dome arm. Like he would have been perfect for a dome. Because I mean, if people complain about Tua's arm, then I hate to be the one to tell you, Burrow has like a popgun arm then. Because he's got no velocity.
Tua arm is better. Tua arm is better. It's more about evolutions of the ball when it spins than Burrows or whatever like that. So it'll be able to cut through wind.
You can tell by his highlights this year. Back to his athletic body.
Yeah. That's absolutely correct. That's absolutely correct. Tua has the ability to make the ball revolve.
Yeah.
More times than Burrow just off a flick of his wrist.
Spin rate.
Yeah. It's just better. It's better.
If you go look at that highlight from Jakeem Grant pass today, he's spinning the ball so much that it's like shaking. Like if you go watch it, it's one of those passes where it's spinning so much that it looks like the ball's like shaking. I don't know if that makes sense, but if you go watch it, that's exactly what it looks like because he has so much spinning.
This is why
I know what you're saying.
I was telling everyone
vibrating.
This is what I was telling everyone last year about Burrow, right? Okay, so for me, intermediate throws outside the numbers of the big boy throws in college that you can translate them to and project and gauge something at the NFL. If you remember, he had that historic season in 2019, right?
Yeah.
If you go to his intermediate throws outside of the numbers, Joe Burrow was 21 of 43 for 333 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. Why do you think he completed balls less and had the most interceptions out of every area in the field at that area? Because his ball wasn't strong enough. Guys could make breaks on and make plays on the football. Whereas Tua, you guys saw intermediate, short, long. He was making plays. I mean, look at Derek Stingley was the top corner in 2019 as a freshman.
Yes.
And Tua lit him up outside the numbers when they played them against LSU, bro.
Yes.
And Tua can make all those throws outside the numbers, whereas Burrow struggles a little bit more. Now Herbert can make the throw, but the problem is that's the problem.
It may not be accurate.
Like that's where I had a lot of issues. Like, here's the thing: if you actually I watched every snap he took at Oregon, and if you watched him, man, that guy struggled so mightily. A, outside the pocket, and with B, sideline throws.
Yep.
Like his accuracy would just go fucking, and then he would make a throw where First of all, the guy was constantly out of the shotgun, and you know how many times I would just like literally watching film, I would slap my head and be like, "How are you being caught flat-footed out of the fucking shotgun, bro?" And anyway, secondly, yo, bro, but then when his mechanics would line up and everything was perfect, this guy would fit it in a spot where no one could fucking make a play on it, and it was bam right there on the money, bro.
Yeah. Do you remember our game when we played them and it was a play? He started running to the left, had a dude wide open, 18 yards down the field, wide open, butt naked, and completely missed him.
Yeah, he overthrew him, right?
Completely missed. Yeah, complete. I mean, there was nobody within 7 yards of this man.
Yeah.
But remember the out route that he threw, and Xavier Howard picked it off. I mean, we saw single-handedly the struggle with the anticipation. There's a difference between having arm strength and anticipation. There's two different things.
And that was the thing. Like, you can tell why they drafted Tua. Tua has some of the best college film I've ever broken down.
Period.
Herbert was like head scratcher after head scratcher. Like, here's an example. Do y'all remember when they played Cal?
Yeah.
And Ashton Davis picked him off twice.
Yep.
And all he was doing was just reading his eyes, bro. And on one and not only did they pick him up twice, dude. One thing you're taught not to do as a quarterback is try not to we call it a can opener. Can open guys over the middle, man. And Herbert was like can opening guys, and Ashton was just reading the eyes, breaking, and just paw and like just killing guys over the middle, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he had a lot of red flags. He had a lot of red flags.
Yeah, bro, he had a ton, bro. Like a ton.
But his talent was undeniable.
Of course,
yeah. But I wanted I wanted somebody. See, Tua has the nuances of a quarterback that's been in the league for 5 years already.
Yes.
And I want that instead of having to teach that to Herbert or whoever else, Jordan Love or whatever. I want the nuances already there. We just have to refine his game and he can get up to the speed of the game. I don't have to treat him his mechanics like that and his base.
Look what Belichick and Flores did. They took away all the easy vertical seam throws and said, beat us to the outside. And he couldn't, bro. And then Tua, they took away Tua's passing lanes. He said, oh, well, and this is a worse athlete at 60% health. And he said, all right, I'll just beat you with my legs. I'll find a different way to beat you.
Exactly. And that's after throwing an interception at the 3-yard line. The play it was before. He learned his lesson and ran it in.
Well, J.C. Jackson,
By the way, even when he threw that pick on that drive, that was an amazing drive, bro. Like
yes, it was.
As far as what was on the line, and going out there with your first drive, Tua was playing on an elite level that entire drive prior to that mishap and interception at the 3-yard line. But
even wide receivers.
But this is Martin. This should tell people how impressive Tua Tagovailoa, his scouting report, and his college tape were when they get him in there. They did the medical check at the combine. They saw he wasn't 100% healthy, but his tape and his projection and his scouting report was so impressive that they took it over Herbert, who was the prototypical size, big arm, better athlete, but his tape just had so many red flags where they're like,
the reason I'm telling you, man, Herbert had a lot of bust factors. He just because dude,
I'm a scary pick, bro.
I can't watch film like Reason, but I caught every Oregon game because I was, I wanted to watch the kid, right?
You're on the West Coast.
I'm on the West Coast, and so I'm like, dude, this guy is he's scaring me. You know what I mean? And just when he was off script, he was so inaccurate. He throws so many balls at people's feet. He was late on throws, and it was like I wanted to love the kid. You know what I mean? I did like the kid.
Rhino.
And then and they didn't have a great offensive scheme either. I think they held him back. But with Tua, my assessment with Tua was simple, man. I said if this kid stays healthy, Tua, he's gonna learn to carve up defenses, man.
That's the only thing missing, by the way. I forget. The one that has the dolphin humping Tom Brady. What's your name again, man?
Oh, Fin Squad Enforcer, D1 Chosen.
Fin Squad, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned that Tua had so many traits coming out of college, where only 4 and 5 year pros had, like, as far as nuance, as far as stepping into the pocket,
footwork,
feeling for the pocket, the feeling, even his base when he's always. What I find so impressive with Tua, not to cut you off. His legs is always set to throw. Like I've never seen a quarterback come out this early where he's always cocked.
But you know what,
to
Vince
throw.
Squad? I wanted to make a comment
don't forget about his eyes. He was manipulating safeties like it was nothing to him, bro.
But here's this reason in panel. I want to make a squad comment before Fin Squad said that too. Nobody's talking about how much Tua has improved on his footwork this season. Like you saw the clip they put up the other day when he was running drills and that side movement at the last end of that clip. How he looked so smooth. I think you saw it.
His hip is better, bro. That's as clear as it gets.
It was so smooth. Like he worked on this, and it's not like the kid didn't have good footwork. The kid had good footwork coming out of Alabama, but just to improve on it, along with your hip is healing. I'm sorry, man.
And I gotta ask you this, Joe. You said you watched, because I watched every Herbert snap too.
Yeah.
Just like I watched every Burrow snap. Okay, yo, bro, did you watch the Arizona State game?
Yeah. That was crazy.
Buddy, he got out-dueled by Jaden Daniels as a freshman, bro. Yeah. And Jaden Daniels is like 160 pounds soaking wet with way less talent. All he had was Herm Edwards, bro. Yeah, and that kid put on a fucking show.
He did.
And has been on my radar ever since. I love the kid.
Yeah, that was a great game. Herbert was making a run late, man, but he made so
late
many
in the game.
mistakes early. You know
man.
Yeah.
But like a freshman.
Yeah.
Was showing him up and how it's done, just like how when Sam Howell came on my radar when I was watching Trevor Lawrence, and it was Sam Howell's freshman year, and he almost beat Clemson, bro. Lost by 1 point.
Yeah, that he put on a hell of a performance, man. That was a really fun game too, man.
I'm sorry. On Herbert's college tape, there wasn't many quarterbacks that he outplayed.
No,
right.
There wasn't really many, and for somebody to be a consensus top 10 pick going into his final year of college, I didn't see that shit. I didn't see it. I swear to you, if I'm wrong or Tua, I don't know what to look for anymore. I honestly wouldn't know what to look for in a quarterback anymore if Tua is the wrong guy.
It's like big arm. That's what you got to look for.
I don't think that Oregon ran the best scheme for him. I don't think Oregon ran the best scheme for Herbert.
No, they didn't.
And they lacked some talent at wide receiver. I know they had a guy declare that bailed on him like last minute, a wide receiver, and they lost.
Kirk Merritt was supposed to be one of his targets.
So
I understand all of that.
Yeah,
but that has nothing to do with his mechanics.
Anthony nailed it.
Anthony
nailed it. Anthony's nailed it. People don't realize Pep Hamilton, bro.
Yeah,
true.
Like this is the guy who was with Luck at Stanford. And then when he got the OC job with the Colts became a top 5 offense under Pep Hamilton. And he had Anthony Lynn, who was an offensive-minded coach, former running back. So he just played to his strength. Like, that's what I go back to. Like, they literally catered to his strengths.
Bro, I keep telling people also, reason they ran the same type of offense. It was that same offense had got Rivers 4,500 yards the season before.
Yeah.
Like
and we all know where Rivers
attack offense.
And where was Rivers' arm at in that year?
It was shot, just like it was shot last year.
Because even like they have a passing scheme there, wide receivers that are really good on their offense over there for the Chargers. If you look at Miami, consider our offenses over the last 5-10 years, right? We're not real dynamic. O-line issues, skill players, right?
Running back.
Dude, so it's not like, Tua, we can go over and over all the things, but he didn't like jump into a great situation either, right? With our offensive skill sets and our O-line and everything, right? We're like, just having Keenan Allen and some of those guys, over the Chargers. I mean, they throw the ball over there, man. You know what I mean? Hunter Henry.
Sure. Exactly. They throw. Well, they're a vertical passing attack, and that catered to his strengths.
Absolutely, man.
Like, I don't understand how people don't see this. Like you said, a quarterback that's big, strong, have a strong arm, they could use their athleticism to slow the game down for them a little bit or gain some yards. With a quarterback like Tua, who's more cerebral and don't have all these huge physical traits, he has to see it. He has to be in it to learn. To develop. I don't understand why this is so hard for people.
Yeah, and there's a lot of issues, man. But we didn't really surround Tua with a lot, man. I mean, we were so limited last year. It's nuts. I mean, even
It don't matter.
Tannehill, man, we were limited too, right?
It don't matter. They don't care, bro. They don't care.
Oh, I know.
They don't care,
All
bro.
they care is Tua's a bust.
They don't care that we were down to our 4th, 5th, and 6th receivers. They don't care. They don't care that we didn't have Miles Gaskins and have a diamond name run game. They didn't care that we had 3 rookie O-linemen starting.
It's not even that. They ain't even care. They ain't even care that last year.
Flowers was stealing money.
It's not even that, guys. They didn't even care that 2020 was a rehab year for the quarterback.
Exactly. They didn't even care that it was a global pandemic.
No mini camp, no OTAs.
Bro, y'all dropping straight context right now that most of the Dolphins fans do not want to hear.
They
bro.
call it excuses, guys. They call it excuses, right?
That's not excuses. It's fact.
I know.
I
agree with you. I'm just saying with half the fans where they go to that bullshit.
Can we at least say we got God on our side, bro? Because I don't want to get too religious, man.
No, you're right, bro. You're right.
Tua's the guy, right? Tua, 2 crosses on his cheek. He has to thank Jesus every time something good happens. But let me just say this: for all the stuff that happened for this past season, 2020, for the Miami Dolphins and Tua, you all just listed off so many valid points, and we're sitting here, and the world has not ended yet. Tua still has the opportunity to prove that he is the guy. And I'm just saying, man, you got to kind of take a deep breath and say thank you, Jesus, because a lot of the times, especially Miami fans, that's I don't like saying it too much, but there's a lot of delusion out here as far as expectations and what to expect out of rookie players versus veteran players. For this to happen exactly the way it happened, I'm just saying to myself, bro, we just got something that's gonna be invaluable, where all the shit hit the fan, and we're here. We're still being talked about as one of the better teams in the NFL. And if we stick together, it's gonna get real, bro. I'm serious about that.
I was watching something, and some guy said, if the Dolphins become Super Bowl contenders or win a Super Bowl, what we did will be studied by teams for years to come.
Absolutely.
Because you already see it a little bit with teams just trying to accumulate the most draft picks they can. I mean, that was the thing, but I just seem as though like a bunch of teams are trying to do it the last 2 years. More than usual. Usually be that one. It's a bunch of teams trying to do that. And if we
like the Jets.
Exactly, the Jets or the Eagles, who I think are tanking this year and accumulating draft picks. I think they're going to be a top 3 team picking in the draft this year. And I just, or even no, the
Eagles.
The Eagles.
Oh, the Eagles. Oh, I'll tell you right now with the Eagles. Okay, so internally, and this is like straight from a pretty reputable source. Internally, they don't believe in Jalen Hurts.
And didn't think so. Why would they?
And what they're setting themselves up for is Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Because
they even try to bring back Nick Foles.
Wentz is I know, and he didn't want to go back. Wentz is second round pick that has a certain game. I think he's got to play like 10 or 11 games.
Yeah,
and then it converts.
One, right?
Yeah, and then it converts to a first round pick. And from what I understand, they're going to throw. They're gonna have 3 first round picks next year alone, and they're gonna try. That's gonna be their starting point with Houston Texans because they.
I think the game they have to play 13 games. They have. I think Wentz has to play 13 games. He has to play 13 games. They'll get the first round.
Yeah, but
good luck.
If Watson okays it, he will be an Eagle. No, I think Wentz will. Bro, Wentz will pay. Yo, what you got to understand? The same source basically also said Wentz played himself to Wentz thought Doug Peterson and all those guys were fucking idiots. The only one he ever respected there was
Frank Reich.
And he didn't respect any of them. Like I've told people this. Like there's stories about him sitting in like you remember you guys remember Malcolm Jenkins? The safety?
Yeah.
Yo, he hated Carson Wentz, bro. And that's because they would sit in team meetings and they'd go over film. And Peterson would say in front of the whole team, Peterson would say, Carson, he would highlight something and he'd go, hey, Carson, you got to do this better. And you know what he'd say? Oh, don't worry, I'll get him next time, coach. And all the guys were like, yo, how the hell is he getting away with it, right? Like, another little tidbit. They had legitimate phone call with the coaching staff figuring out how they were going to get the players to buy in and like Carson Wentz.
Wow.
Because the players hated him.
So all those reports that came out a month after they won the Super Bowl was true. And all them players were trying to deny it and say it wasn't their awful Carson Wentz.
That's what shocked this source to the core was when Malcolm Jenkins was one of those guys.
And all that
who came out
rumor saying
him.
that they weren't playing for him back in the day and making him getting sacks. I guess it was true too.
Yeah, they don't like him, bro. And the source basically believes he knew what he was doing in terms of tanking it and then forcing his way to Indianapolis.
Wow.
But low key, I didn't at some point last year, I thought that was going to happen with us.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
As in,
you lost me on that one.
Yeah.
As in, I thought, okay, when we benched Fitzpatrick after 6 games or whatever like that, they would let Tua, then Tua got benched. And then I thought they was going to have Ryan Fitzpatrick remain the starter after the Raiders game. Even though I didn't want it. But he caught COVID or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, before that all happened, before you caught COVID and say you're gonna be out indefinitely, I'm like, I hope that doesn't happen. Because that's gonna ruin our future. Because that situation with the Eagles is really out of the norm.
No, you know what?
Like Carson Wentz had to walk in and there's a statue of Nick Foles holding the Super Bowl trophy. I mean, damn, I'm the starting QB, goddammit.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, but I have to disagree with you on that because I truly believe that the locker room we have is totally different from Eagles locker room.
It's totally.
And the management, the coaches, and the players we brought in last year is a totally different culture and mindset.
But you have to remember there was leaks coming out from Vince Beagle. They say
that was
about
one
how the locker
player.
room felt. I understand, but
It was
I know.
Armando reported, it was multiple players.
Yeah, about three or so.
It was
yeah,
three.
Three-ish.
Yeah.
And all Vince Beagle just shared the jersey swap of Deshaun Watson. That's what
I just heard it was Vince Beagle was one of them or something.
I don't think they would have brought him back.
Yeah,
and that's what I was saying. And he was injured. Okay.
I think when news dropped to get we might trade for Watson at the very beginning, that Vince Beagle tweeted like a meme.
He tweeted out a jersey swap.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay, the jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But this was during the season.
Yeah,
he tweeted at that Jack Nicholson
the Jack
image
Nicholson.
that gif.
Yeah, saying
shaking his head.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Yeah. And they got on his ass for that. He shut up after that.
What's up, fellas?
What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
Mic check.
1 2 1 2.
Y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. 3 4. Dodging lightning down here.
Ducking and weaving.
Sorry about that. Reason.
It's all good.
Bro, I feel sorry for you, but the world don't care. They just don't. When it comes to the weather in Miami, they don't care. Apparently, it's 5 in the, they don't care, bro.
Deal with it, Fins fan for life, bro. You got to deal with it, bro.
You got to deal with it because the world don't care, bro.
I expect perfection. I expect perfection. That's another thing. Like, I was sitting in on the Zoom. I said the story yesterday. I was sitting in on the Zoom, and between Tua and Solomon Kinley, I had to wait 15 minutes because they told all the reporters to clear out of the stands because of the lightning warning. So we wouldn't even have played in those conditions yesterday.
Exactly. Good point.
Fact, I was watching your video yesterday, and you was playing some of the Tua's press conference, and I'm like, the beat writers can't even talk clearly with this monsoon that's behind them, but they want Tua to be perfect by throwing the ball in it.
Yeah, you couldn't hear Hal Habib. Remember, you couldn't even hear his question.
But this actually runs into the situation where people got whether they got spoiled by good rookies coming in, even from Andrew Luck in 2012 or even Cam Newton in 2011. They just got used to quarterbacks being good early, and people don't realize, bro. It's always gonna be a mixed bag when it comes to how quarterbacks develop, bro. Like,
yeah, but Martin, a lot of the great quarterbacks didn't come in good for the last 10 years. You can name all of them. A lot of these great quarterbacks today did not have a good rookie season.
Yeah. Let it be.
The greats don't have good rookie seasons. The greats that we consider Hall of Famers don't have good rookie seasons. It's rare that a rookie have a great rookie season, and then they have a sophomore slump.
It happens. Yeah,
Remember,
it happens.
Before that injury, when at Alabama, did all the Miami Dolphin community? It didn't seem like they was hating on Tua as much.
Tank for Tua.
It seemed like it was more 80-20.
Tua season, bro. It was tank for Tua season. In the off season, before we knew we was tanking, it was tank for Tua.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to be honest. I thought the Giants were going to take Tua.
You know the Giants?
What do you think? The injury got a lot of people off the fence on the other side?
They didn't come out in the same drive.
Who?
They already had Daniel Jones when Tua came out.
Right. Yeah, but he's saying that because he's probably thinking they were going to get off Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But we all knew David Gettleman wasn't going.
Y'all do know? You know what they call Daniel Jones up here? You know what they call Daniel Jones up here? They call him the poor man's Tannehill.
Dang. That's rough, bro.
That's
rough. But is he not the poor man's Tannehill though?
Kind of is.
Yeah.
But with better mechanics.
I don't think he's
less interceptions.
You know, you got a guy middling around there, you know, and you're just like, it's hard to evaluate. You know what I mean? So I can see that.
Yeah. Hey, you go to the Giants and tell them to go send Saquon Barkley down here. We use
real.
I'll borrow his ass.
Well, my best friend that's a Giants fan. He said he's done with Saquon. He will be done with Saquon after his rookie contract is up.
He high.
So do you think they're going to move? Hold on. Your buddy thinks they're going to move off of him?
That's what he wants.
Why?
Because he's not. Because you're going to have to pay him the big money,
and they're not there yet. They're not even close.
Exactly.
And
he hasn't. A good point. He hasn't even played a full season, but once.
Well, he's got 2 more years, right, on his rookie contract.
Hey, let me ask you this, Fin Squad. If you were a Giant, would you want to play a full season? I'd be like, I stubbed my toe. I'm out, guys. I'm out. I got a hangnail. I'm out, boys. I'm out.
My boy don't like him because he say like Saquon injured himself. Like he dances too much. The hole is there. But with that same O-line last year, Alfred Morris was busting people's ass. Alfred Morris.
Yeah,
the Giants had last year running
good too.
Well, he's also here's the thing. Alfred's more of a downhill, right?
Exactly, right. and he doesn't like that Saquon. He dances too much. The hole is there.
Well,
take those yards.
You know why?
Are you saying Saquon is another?
You probably got coaches don't want to overstep with Saquon because he's a star. Right. But you come down under Brian Flores, and that shit'll stop, bro.
Exactly.
Man, Saquon.
Here you guys go.
He's running the same way in Miami. I will still want Saquon Barkley.
Oh no, bro, we need a running back. We need a running back. The Giants don't. They're not a running back away.
So here you go, boys.
Right.
This is just compared to Luck and Watson. All right. So Luck played 16, Watson played 7, and Tua played 9 in the rookie year. Luck was 11-5, Watson 3-3, Tua 6-3. If you go look at the completions, obviously Tua had 60 more completions than Watson, but way less than Luck. He had more yards than Watson. Obviously Luck, because he had more completions and more attempts, had more yards. But look at the completion percentage. Andrew Luck in year 1 was only 54.1. And look at how good his weapons were, boys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
His weapons were there. All right. Watson, he had a worse completion percentage than Tua. And look at the interception percentage. Tua is better than Watson and Luck. But here's what really stands out if you're reading the bottom. Watson improved his completion percentage from a 61.8 to 68.3 from year 1 to year 2. Luck went up from a 54.1 to a 60.2. If Tua improves at that rate, he would finish at about 70%, which would have led the league this year.
Don't think it's going to happen, but I like the context.
I would not be surprised if he's dealing with a 68% completion percentage.
We're gonna be
absolutely great.
69. We're gonna be fine.
Oh yeah, give me that 69, baby.
69.7, and that's just a middle finger to the media. 69.7.
Plus everything we've learned, right? Everything we've learned from the trainer, the 60%. He got rushed out there, and I get it, right? Why some of the players might have said, "Man, I don't know if he's ready." You know what I mean? And
exactly,
how you know what I mean. However, it was taken in context. So much has become the light of late, man. And by the way, the interview with Nick, Tua's trainer, that was so awesome because it gave us such a snapshot of everything that happened to him. You know, right?
Yes.
I'm just going, okay, I'm just all right, I'm learning, man. And I don't know, it just kind of closed the picture for me. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm feeling so much better, dude, about like the prospects.
And if we're keeping score, if we're keeping score, right, as far as what occurred a calendar year last year versus where we are right now, if we're comparing no off season, right, a full year off the hip, he has offensive coordinators that have tailored every single thing to his strengths,
and his quarterback coach back in elite.
Quarterback coaches with him. You got better targets. You have a more upgraded defense from last year.
O-line improving.
You're talking section to me. You need to stop.
I'm just saying. Paul. Right. I'm just saying. Tua has in a full calendar year everything that he missed last year. As far as what he should have been prior to him starting, he is gaining this year. And for anyone to assume that he won't play better, you're delusional. Yeah, you're not being sensible. You have an agenda out on Tua.
And like you believe in evolution.
but like you got I'm just saying, like you guys are saying, maybe this media that's potentially, playing with, Satanism or, whatever. They might be out to get this kid because I can recall Tim Tebow every time he took that knee and he was praying. It's like, we got to win this game 9-7. We got to make that field goal. Like people hated that Tim Tebow was winning because he was praying all the time.
Yeah. Well, Martin,
they hated that.
Martin, I put in the comments to you, and you replied to me after he won the national championship, on the big throw in 2019 when Tua was a freshman, right? When the media, he says, "I know I'm going to get in trouble for this," he praised Jesus, praised God, right? And that's Tua. And I always wondered, man, because sometimes people don't like that. You know what I mean? And I think you said back to me, he's Nacho Libre, religious. This guy.
Oh
yeah. But no, there's some merit there, man, to that. You know what I mean? And kind of what happened with Tim Tebow and everything. So I don't get it. I know we talk about it to nauseum. Why there's been such a campaign against this kid. You know what I mean? He's such a good kid, and I don't get it. But it is what it is, man. And everything's lining up, man, for him to have a successful year. And the last thing I'll say is, like, dude, we're Dolphin fans. Don't we want this kid to be successful? I mean,
it should be the case.
Some of these people want him to tank, man, just so they can be right. You know what I mean? Which is toxic, man.
Honestly, there's some married couples that root against each other, bro. Like I don't know, man. People are nuts out here, man.
Haven't we all suffered together for 20, 25, 30? Haven't we all suffered together?
Absolutely.
And you know what's sad about that? Because there's some people in this community, in this fan base, that want Tua to fail just to prove that they were right about him.
I agree, man.
It's sick.
Hey, guys, a selfish man cares about himself.
Yeah,
that's all they care about. Bro. Once we suffer, like you said, we suffered 20 years. But once you said I was right about Tua not picking Tua, and they want him to fail, all they care about is right. That's what social media does. It's sad. It's social media ruin media. Everybody wants to be the first one to be right. That's exactly what Omar does. Soon as Tua throws 6 picks, oh my God, he comes on Twitter. I would not have. I don't care if it's a damn freaking hurricane. My quarterback is not throwing a freaking hurricane. 6 interceptions or 5 interceptions. He was like within a minute. It's sad. Social media.
It won't bring up the offensive line.
It's sick, man.
Like I said, I don't understand the hate. It has to be his faith.
It gotta be,
I don't
right?
see nothing. I don't see nothing else. I mean, maybe because he's not white, he's not Caucasian, he's Hawaiian or Polynesian, whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
Coming from Bama, maybe?
I wouldn't.
I mean,
I think it's mainly because of Bama. I wouldn't say it's his faith because the difference between Tebow was a lot more expressive and public about it. Tua really hasn't said anything much about his faith other than the ending of the championship game.
I agree with that.
True. But it's still known. This dude's
was he overhyped? Was he overhyped?
Absolutely.
And people expected him just to come in, and he's throwing 4 touchdown passes, dude, to Bowden and whoever was out there. I don't know. Maybe that's it. He was overhyped.
It can't be overhyped in Dolphins community because that's ridiculous.
One of my conspiracy friends is a Bucks fan, and he said this years ago to me, maybe 3 years ago, and he said the media is attacking Jameis ever since he came out with his faith, because Jameis once you always say praise the Lord Jesus Christ, they start attacking. Because you can say God. God doesn't mean it's Jesus. God, the devil will answer to God. That's why you have to say the name. The devil will answer to the Lord. Those are titles. Those are not a name. That's not a name.
Right.
And he was like, and ever since James did that, James always talked about his faith and said, Lord Jesus Christ, had that cross or whatever like that he always wore. And ever since then, I peeped that. Like whenever players come out and praising Lord Jesus to Jesus Christ and not just saying God or the Lord, there's some unwanted attention on that player for no reason.
You think that's why Russell Wilson ain't win that back-to-back Super Bowl, bro? Like I think that might be the case. Don't nobody throw a screen pass on the 2-yard line. Who the hell does that?
With Marshawn Lynch on your team, with beast mode. You have a player named fucking beast mode, and you're at the 2-yard line.
You might be on to something, bro.
It was the
you
1
might, you might be on to something.
It was Pete Carroll's decision.
Nah, I'm just saying Russell Wilson always, says, he's a big Jesus dude too. I'm just saying he was clearly about to go back to back against Peyton Manning and Tom Brady for Super Bowl championships.
Exactly.
That would have put him in a different echelon as far as who is this kid, where did he come from, and is the Seattle Seahawks about to be the next dynasty? Somebody called in.
That play?
He'd be on a
You know
whole
what my
level.
my theory was for that? They didn't want to give the ball to Marshawn because if they would have gave it to him, he would have won the MVP.
I thought that.
And they were mad over how he handled the media stuff, and the NFL didn't want him being the MVP.
Wow,
I heard that too. I've
heard that theory. Yeah,
you would risk the Super Bowl for that?
I know. Marshawn's the heart of the team.
Well,
he was
it's
the heart of that
like
team.
Coach Carroll didn't think they weren't going to score. I mean, you know what I mean? He's just I
get it. I get it. The show, but when you have Marshawn Lynch,
I'm with you 100%.
Just to play before, got tripped up by Hightower.
They barely stopped him to play before.
You're
gotta
preaching to the
hand
choir,
that off.
man. You're preaching to the choir. I would have
hand that off.
And I thought boxing was rigged.
Right, most coaches would have got fired.
Like that.
Well, here, you want to hear something? So my stepdad has always preached that he thinks sports is rigged, and that's because in the 60s he knew a goalie for the Toronto Maple Leafs who was legitimately asked by management to throw a game.
Wow.
I think another reason was because Pete Carroll wanted to show up Bill Belichick, and because that was a big narrative too.
He would have showed him up by just running beast mode.
He would have showed him up by winning a damn thing.
If I was Pete Carroll, I would have ran the ball with beast mode, and before he even scores his touchdown, I would have walking out of midfield, hitting my chest like, "What's up?"
No, it was a shot
back to back.
But reason to your point, man, there's the Netflix movie. I can't think of the name of it, but it was about the NBA ref that cheated, right? That was fixing games.
Tom
I
Donahue.
remember that.
Yeah, you got it, man. So
Donahue.
I remember him talking about how they would influence games, right? Where they'd come in and run film. Hey, you got to watch this player. You got to watch these guys. They're doing this, and they would kind of like study film on like one team, looking to make calls against that team and those players. And so like he was basically saying, that now they're influencing that game, right? You know what I mean? So it's interesting, man. I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but the older I get, the more shit I see.
Bro, I mean, I could
So was that New Orleans game influenced by the referees a couple years ago?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, well, you got to come down to, was it just a bonehead call, like a missed call, or was it flat out freaking manipulation of the game?
I think it really is hard to know for sure.
On every play.
Exactly. I think people need to understand that.
Steelers against Seattle Seahawks. That's one, man. That's pretty rough, man. You guys seen that, right? When Jerome Bettis coming home to Detroit, his final season. Man, there were some phantom calls against the Seahawks. You know what I mean?
I know. Even I remember that Patriots game versus the Jets, and Brady went to the bench and he looked at his wrist, and then 20 seconds was added on the play clock. Nobody said anything, bro. I'm telling you, it was versus the Jets, bro. Like you can see that, it's cut up to that on YouTube. I swear to you.
Hit the button. Yeah.
But I don't know if he hit the button or it was just a signal, but he got an extra 20 seconds. Nobody said anything. The Jets didn't even.
Well, I've always said this. Don't y'all think it's kind of like, didn't it just sit odd to y'all that like 9/11 happened?
Yes.
And of all teams that win,
the
New England Patriots win the Super Bowl and they beat the greatest show on turf. And that game had some questionable calls too.
The Tuck rule.
The Tuck rule. I was just about to say that.
Yeah, that was the Tuck rule year.
You got it in my head, dude. I live in Raider country. I have a bunch of friends here. Dude, they hate New England because of that and Tom Brady.
Oh yeah, Raiders fans still hate them for that.
I got a friend, dude. He won't even if I even bring up Tom Brady, he just has convulsions, man, because he's a hardcore Raider fan.
Wow.
I mean, are we gonna? I forgot what it was.
Dude, I remember that call, man. That was just unbelievable.
Tom Brady kind of cold too, because he literally left the Patriots to go to the Bucks, who literally beat the brakes off the Raiders in 2002 to win their first Super Bowl.
Yeah,
like he don't like the Raiders either, bro.
Yeah,
and he's from California.
Yeah, when Gruden went to the Buccaneers, right? And that was all controversial over here.
Yeah, Brady got beef with Oakland, bro.
I think
Callahan was running the Raiders, who was really good friends with Gruden. Oh, there's all kinds of conspiracies on that one.
I know.
Bro, I gotta I get deep into conspiracy.
Made team by Tony Dungy.
That's true.
I get deep with the conspiracy theories when it comes to sports.
And because that was Dungy's team. That was Dungy's team.
But is it ironic that
Gruden took over, right? Got the offense going.
Yeah,
but it was Dungy's defense.
Gruden got all the credit.
Yeah, 100%.
Hey, it's simple facts, guys. Anything that deal with a lot of money, conspiracy theories is going to get deep. Simple as that.
And another
if it's money involved, it's going to be.
There's another conspiracy theory game, which was the 2013 NFC Championship game, the one with the Niners and the Seahawks. There was like a whole video pointing out like inconsistent, like you said earlier, they were adding time to the play clock in favor of Seattle. There was like a whole video that explains it, and I think it's like Shadow Man on YouTube.
People have to understand, football is the easiest sport to rig. Because y'all all heard the saying, and the guy said it earlier. There's a penalty on every play. It's whether you want to call it or not.
Yeah, that's true.
And that could ruin the drive. That could push somebody out of scoring range. It could do whatever. So
does Ross have deep pockets enough for us to get
people
to
making the
Super Bowl?
least money on the football field? The referees.
I just think they need to be consistent.
Yeah, and that's kind of why Jimmy Johnson always kind of said when he coached at the University of Miami, don't leave the game in the refs' hands. Just beat these guys straight up and win big. You know what I mean? Because like he might have known, bro. This shit can be rigged sometimes, bro.
Exactly, because if you keep it close, you can rig. If you blow them out, just like I swear, Seattle wasn't supposed to beat the Broncos at that Super Bowl. But the game got so out of hand so quickly, you can't rig it.
Yeah.
I mean, Russell Wilson was up by like 3 touchdowns by the second time he got on the field.
Say that. Say that.
That's a way that's a way to slow down a rhythm. You gain 15, you gain 10 yards, you gain 15. Holding penalty.
Exactly.
True.
Then another holding penalty. Now you 2nd and 30. Come
and
on,
I swear these elites are a part of the entertainment industry and all that. And I swear they do blood sacrifices and rituals. Is it ironic that Kobe died and the Lakers won last year? Is it ironic that is it ironic that
that was heavy? That's true.
Now we're getting to Phinside after dark over here, bro.
Damn, what the hell? I come back and I'm seeing some blood sacrifices and shit.
I want to bring out the Ouija board too now.
Hold on. Is it ironic
I don't know about that Lakers one, bro.
Okay, how about this one? Is it ironic that Chadwick Boseman, who played Jackie Robinson played for the Brooklyn Dodgers, is surprising that the Dodgers won the World Series last year? And number 42, and that's Jackie's number, and he died at the age of 42, Chadwick Boseman?
I mean,
or is it that he died on Jackie Robinson Day? He died on Jackie Robinson Day.
Those wins were fair and square.
You going in right now, bro.
I'm just saying, bro.
I want to wrap this anyways because we're about to hit 2.5 hours. So,
Jesus.
Let's start with you, Martin. Let's go through final thoughts here.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So day 2 is in the books, man. Tua rebounded like how I pretty much assumed would have definitely happened. Is there a day 3 tomorrow? By the way, they're wrapping up day 3 tomorrow.
Yeah, but I think day 3 is no on-field work.
Okay. So, but regardless, Tua came back. Tua played. He responded how I knew he would have. And again, people they have their narrative. They want to build stuff to destroy things, but I just believe in what the Dolphins are doing altogether. Tua aside, everything that they do is very calculated and is very much in line with. Let's go ahead and make at the very least a playoff run to give ourselves the opportunity to make the Super Bowl. So I'm saluting every move they do and I'm saluting every pick that they make. And I just hope they just wrap this up with Xavier Howard, by the way, man, because we need that guy so we can make that real push, with no doubt in our mind. But Finn's up though.
Finn Squad, your final thoughts, buddy.
I'm making a list. I'm checking it twice. All y'all people that's talking bad about Tua and his Dolphins, I'm coming at y'all. It's as simple as that. Okay, I'm putting cases on all you bitches. I'm done.
Show your final thoughts, bro.
Hey, King Kong ain't got nothing on you, bro.
Y'all gonna do this
right? That's why I got it for training day.
Man. Hey, my final thoughts are this, man. Just watching the panic, the ups and downs, the ebb and flows of the last 2 days was, entertaining, and that's me being polite. Dude, there's just got to be middle ground, man. I'm just tired of we're not putting Tua in the Hall of Fame, and we ain't hating on the kid, man. It's middle ground. You just look at facts. You look at the kid. You look at his journey. You look at what he's doing, and you look what he did at Bama. We're all pretty excited, right? You know what I mean? Because we're all Dolphin fans, dude. And that's my take, man. And I'm just getting a little bit tired of all the negativity. It's just unwarranted, and it's just someone said it. It's just about their own agenda, their own narrative, and it's garbage. But I'm all for the Fins, man. Fins up. Thanks for the content. Thanks for having me on.
Get ready for training camp, boy. Woo, that's gonna be something.
D82, let's hear your final thoughts, buddy.
Listen here, man. We're in good hands. Trust the flow, sets. It takes time. Fins up.
Pyro, your final thoughts.
Well, Flores basically said it. We talking about practice. It's practice. He said it. It's practice. What the fuck? You guys are you? Oh my! You know what? I'm tired. Fuck all you. Just fuck every last one of you motherfuckers, bro. I can't stand any one of you, especially Omar, bro. I've been defending you for a while now, but you just blowing my mind on Twitter right now. And shout out to Dolphins Twitter for that dog power, bro. Fins up.
Soren, your final thoughts.
Tua definitely rebounded today. He bounced back. He had a great day today, and that's showing early that Tua can handle some of that adversity
True.
Because of the amount of pushback he received yesterday. And yeah, man, fins up.
If you guys didn't see it, Omar Kelly posted a tweet saying, saw someone post why the media isn't talking about Tua's good day today. First off, only 2 media members say it because they won the bubble. Second, it's a red zone goal line day. Of course, touchdowns were scored. Team started at the 20 or 2-yard line. The homie Nick at Perform responded and said, 2 50-yard touchdowns is one hell of a red zone score.
Yeah.
Finn for life. Let's get your final thoughts, buddy.
Yeah, I'm just really excited for Tua because they're already talking about pushing it and putting it into the little tight windows where last year it hurt me to watch them play the way that they was calling the game. And of course he was hurt, obviously. Our defense, you already know about the defensive thing. Reason, good show as always, and I appreciate you having me on. Fins up.
Appreciate it. Crypto, your final thoughts, dude.
Hey, yeah, good show. It's the yin and yang of the off season. So it's a lot of back and forth. So for all those haters out there that's want to throw Tua in the trash can for day one, they better be prepared for his enshrinement of the Hall of Fame after day 2. So so you better be ready because he's coming for you. Yeah, he's definitely going to do it. I
guys.
think he's got something special.
Guys, I might be back tomorrow night, depending on what goes down during day 3 of minicamp. If anything develops or whatever, I'll be back. If I'm not back tomorrow, I'll be back Friday at the latest. And if I am back tomorrow, it'll be after 9:00 because I got to record my episode of the Finish Line with Richmond, Webb, and Mr. Ballgame. But until then, we still got 312 people in the room. Thank you everyone for spending some of your evening with us. Appreciate you all. And if you're new here, go ahead, punch that subscribe button. If you want to become a Patreon, patreon.com/Phinside the NFL. Obviously, if you want to join and become a YouTube channel member and get the emojis and get the badge next to your name, just hit next to subscribe. There's a join button. Go ahead and click that. And there's multiple levels for you to choose from. Until tomorrow or Friday at the latest, you already know what time it is. It's Fins Up all day, every day. Stay happy, healthy, safe, and blessed, people.
Fins up, guys.